Good morning, gamers, and welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. My name's Mikey. I'm joined by the lovely Billy. Hi, Billy.
I'm here. I'm happy to join you on stream, on camera, for the first time this weekend.
Exactly. Yeah, so, Billy, this is day 2 of a live tournament, last of the summer WineHAMMER 2. And you've been running table all day yesterday.
I have been hard at work.
All up today.
Yep.
Without you, we would fall apart. So we've given that job to Tom instead.
Wow, let's see how smoothly
everyone.
this goes without me
Good luck to us
at the helm.
today. But we've got a very exciting game today. We have Mike again with Custodes again.
That's it, yep.
Custodes versus Dylan, who's using a mix of Drukhari and Harlequins, or Harlequins.
Yeah, that's the
that's
one.
What I call
that's
it.
The one. Elf boys with
Elf
their pointy ears.
Are you excited?
Very excited. It's
excited.
looking like it's going to be a great game. I mean,
Yeah.
Mike's game yesterday was awesome against
He played really well. He played
Crusher
against Crusher
Stampede.
Stampede. Yeah, that was it. So you can watch that back on the channel. That's up now. You can watch that if you'd like. But today he's on 3 wins.
Yep.
5 games in total. So 2 more games today. We're going to be showing one now and 1 this afternoon.
Yep.
Final, hopefully. And we've got Drukhari, Harlequins mix. Very interesting list.
Yeah,
I mean, some of it's quite obvious
the
with
look of it,
the Harlequin bit especially, but the Drukhari, it's time for Rack City. That's all I'm going to say.
Ooh.
So let's go and have a look at the table and say hello to everyone in chat. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
So we just got deployment. The mission today is not data scry salvage. It's actually recover the relics. So
That's
if we
the
get
one,
that updated on ITC battles, that'd be great. So we're playing recover the relics, which is a 6 objective mission. We'll go over the mission in a minute, but as you can see, it's hammer and anvil deployment, which is cool. So the deployment is spread out across here and here. We'll have that map updated momentarily. But we got the Custodes here, as you can see, and we've got the Drukhari Liquins over there. Who do you want to win today? Who are you rooting for before we start?
I mean, I saw the Custodes yesterday. I like how that army plays, but I do have a soft spot for anything Xenos. So we'll see how we go.
Oh, so you're not sure? You're not.
Yeah.
So basically,
I'm undecided at the moment.
What you're saying is you have no idea.
Exactly.
Go on, choose one. Choose one now. We need to
we'll go with Custodes. We'll go with Custodes.
You want to
for the Emperor.
For the Emperor, the boogeyman of 40k, the Custodes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm playing the long game. I'm going to go for the Drukhari Harlequins. I think this is the meta. I think taking Harlequins and then shoving it in anywhere it fits with traveling players. They've been traveling around. They've been non-stop. Sharing love with everybody. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to share the love with those Harlequins.
Laughing all the way.
They do like to laugh. They do like to laugh. One of the things with crosses on them. So these things, essentially, these what we'll do, we'll change colour. Shall we go for blue today, Bill?
Yeah, blue. We like blue.
Okay, these things, these are trees. So basically, the little crosses are supposed to have like little trees stuck in them, but just for ease of play, the players aren't using them today. So we've got those are trees, so they are dense. They're -2 to move, difficult ground as well. These circles, these things, are craters. So -2 to move, +1 save as well. And then the rest are ruins today. So you've got some quite tall ruins, like this one where Dylan's head is. This one's quite tall. And then you've got some ones in the middle, which are a little bit smaller, but they also have windows. So maybe we can get a side shot to get like a nice shot of the board. Let's have a look. Shall we try it? Let's have a look. So you can see we've got the Custodes set up here. Very beautiful army by Mike. Great job. You can see like we've got the trees here. We've got the tall L's here. So quite tall buildings to hide in early on. When we cut to the other side, we can see this base here. That's a tree base. That's counting as a tree. And then this is a crater. The other craters, which are brown, are actually objectives by Hellstormwargaming.
Yeah, that's a Hellstorm
great channel,
markers.
legendary shop, hellstormwargaming.co/shop. Get your objectives today. That'd be really cool. So thanks everyone for tuning in chat. Hi Lee, you made us laugh this morning with your comment. The odds of Custodes list having a Trajan are 1-to-1, minus the slight chance that Trajan was left at home. Sadly, all for better for Mike, Trajan was not left at home.
I can confirm Trajan is on the board.
Kelly says hi, Billy. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Hi, Kelly.
Beautiful idiots dancing in the background. We do have Tom and Elliot in the back. Or Elliot and Tom.
This could be very chaos.
Look at them. Look at the chaos.
Orientated commentary from the table.
Look at him.
It's going to go one of 2 ways.
We're relying on those two. This is going to go badly.
It can only go well, guys. It can only go well.
So there you go. You got the Harlequins setting up with the Drukhari Quins over there. So you got like all the racks. So we should probably talk about the lists.
Yeah.
That'll be wise. And then we'll go back to the mission and talk about secondaries. Is that all right? Do we know who's going first? Is it the Drukhari?
Drukhari is going first.
Let's put the top down for Dylan, who's going first. So he hasn't gained a CP because in this mission there is recover relics secondary mission rule thingy. We'll go over that in a minute. Let's have a look at this. If you would like to look at the list yourself, ! List in chat, or you can. There's a link in the description. So, shall I do Dylan's list while he's going first?
Yep, you go for it. I'll cover Mike's list. Yeah.
Okay. So he's running Drukhari and traveling players. He has a Prophets of Flesh battalion. In there, he has Drazar, who's the warlord with Hatred Eternal. That's like re-rolling in combat or just really nasty in combat. Drazar's he's really efficient. He's got an Archon with a Husk Blade, the Jin Blade being upgraded with a relic, and he's got Ancient Evil as a warlord trait. He's got a Murder Succubus, Triptych Whip, and Precision Blow. So doing all the shenanigans, all the mortal wounds, all the extra attacks, all the nice things that a Succubus does, but only 80 points.
Yeah, super cheap, super killer.
Very killy. He's got 3 units of 5 racks, 3 units of 10 racks. That's 45 racks. I told you it's a rack city, mate. He's going to use them to rack up those primaries. You know? Maybe even rack up some secondaries.
Maybe.
I'm sure he'll be racking up a win with those if he wants to. Okay, I'm done.
I mean,
I'm done.
They're great. They're durable, and especially for how cheap they are as well.
Yeah, they are. He's got 5 mandrakes as well, so they're pretty good. They deep strike, shoot, do some mortal wounds, do a little bit of shooting.
Ghost boys coming
Sneaky ghost boys, love that. And then he's got some Harlequins, the travellers, you know. So they should be interesting with those. They brought their caravans. They've just turned up. There's part their load in the thick city. And they're like, well, we're going to play now instead of those silly Talos.
Travelling Circus is in town today.
Yeah. So he's got a Shadow Seal. It's a light patrol. So light being essentially, you can't hit them on better than a 4+ if you're more than 12 away, which is really good.
Yeah.
He's got a Shadow Seer with Shards of Light plus Fog of Dreams and the Mirror Architect. Now, all those things do cool stuff, and we'll tell you what they do momentarily.
Yeah.
He's got 5 troop and 5 troops, so 2 exactly the same squads, 3 Kissers, 1 Caress and 1 Embrace. So do you think it'd be
Lots
kissing?
of kisses.
Do you think what order do you think he's going to put in? Is he going to do the Kissers, then the Caress, and then the Embrace? Or start with the Caress? Maybe a quick
I think
kiss.
he should go straight to Embrace. Then
Straight
kiss,
to Embrace.
then Caress.
I'm sure Mike won't mind. He's then got a unit of 10 troops with 1 Embrace, a lead player with a Kiss, 6 Blades, and 2 Disruptors. They're the little pistol thingies.
Yeah.
And then Harlequin Blades, which are basically little power swords. He's then got a Solitaire, little booster boy. He does a zoom.
Is the mad lad of 40k is back on form from his the first time he was introduced.
He sure is. And then he's got 2 units of 3 Void Weavers, the new boogeyman of the meta. The 2 units of 3 with prismatic cannons. These are so good, so efficient. They have like strength 12, -4, 2d3 damage shots, which is something ridiculous. Or they can do a burst fire, which they probably won't be doing in this game, but they're just so efficient, so efficient. And then so he's got 2 units of those, and then 2 Star Weavers, 2 transports for his troops. That is fun. That's what the Dylan, the Drukhari player, is playing today. So shall we talk about Mike's list?
Yeah, let's go through Mike's 2,000 points Custodes list. So you'll have probably seen this if you tuned into the last game yesterday. So we've got a patrol of Emperor's Children Custodes coming in, headed up, of course, by the man, the myth, the legend, Trajan Valorous.
Trajan, my boy.
He's in going to do his Chad things out there. We've also got 3 Custodian Guards with the spears and 5 prosecutors in the troops' choices there. The elite slot is filled up by 3 wardens with their axes. And then we also have a secondary detachment of Outrider Emperor's Chosen again.
Yeah, double Emperor's Chosen. Makes sense.
We've got the Shield Captain on Dawn Needle Jetbike with his salvo launchers. He's the Emperor's Hero and Victor of the Blood Games, coming in at 180 points and costing him 2 CP. He's got a relic of the Castellan's Mark. His first warlord trait is Superior Creation, and then the Auric Exemplar.
Auric Exemplar being really good. That lets you, if you kill models, you can make up to 4 more attacks if you kill 4 dudes, which is cool.
Brilliant. You get super killy, so.
Which is very cool.
Let him rack up. Rack up.
No, he
can't.
No, he won't be racking up anything. He doesn't have any racks.
Then we've got 2 Contemptor Achilles with their Adrathic Destructors. My
they're
brain
the
had a bit of a
spears.
meltdown at that
They're
word
the
then.
spears, yeah. So they're really good. They're like 3 damage last cannons in shooting, and then in combat, they're 3d3 damage.
Big chopper.
Big choppy. Very big choppy. We saw those chop down some massive bugs yesterday in the Crusher Stampede game, which is really fun.
I believe both of them piled into the Swarm Lord at one point. And
They did. They just murdered him.
So. We've also got 3 Virtus Praetors.
Really? This is a Custodes list. Of course there's 3 Virtus
3 lots
Praetors.
of 3 in there, and then the Palace Grav tanks in there with their
the Palace are good.
little
They're
mini
really
las
fast.
cannons as well. Yeah.
They're really fast.
They're great,
nice.
They didn't do a lot yesterday, so hopefully they can get utilised, but at least they provided a bit of a screen for the big monsters just to bump into yesterday.
Exactly.
This game is probably going to be able to use their range attacks a lot more to try and take advantage of.
Yeah, because they have like multiple profiles, but also one of them is like damage 3 re-rolling wounds against vehicles.
Yeah.
Now the problem is the only vehicles on this board are Harlequins, so you won't be hitting on better than a 4+, because obviously they're -1 to hit, and they have transhuman on the hit rolls essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
So the Custodes aren't going to be hitting on anything better than a 4+ in shooting, unless they're really
kind
close.
of tough because you're paying for that ballistic skill too on the Custodes chassis. So it kind of neuters them a little bit in terms of that.
But if he does hit, re-rolling wounds minus a lot, so if he does fail, if he fails both his saves and he wounds with both, that's a dead boat. They only got 6 wounds. That's the other problem with him. However, he's going to have to use his speed to get really close, so he can actually hit them on a 2-up.
That's it. I mean,
really crucial.
The Drukharis are going to try and dodge around them anyway until those troops get locked in and steal those points. Potentially from the Custodes brick wall that is Custodes.
Yeah, that's true. So let's have a look at the mission. The mission today, as we mentioned, it is recover the relics, 6 objectives, hammer and anvil deployment, as you can see. We have some special rules in this mission.
Absolutely. So the mission rule is recover the relic, which Mikey mentioned earlier. So this is where you can only receive the CP if you control 1 or more objective markers in your opponent's territory. So that'll be in the other half of the board, essentially.
Sure will.
And then you get an additional one if you get it within their deployment zone as well. So
nice.
Something that the Drukhari are probably going to be made potentially better at than the Custodes, just because of their movement, shenanigans, everything that Eldar do really well.
Yeah.
Custodes are going to have a plan and use their CP wisely to take advantage of the fact that
they're going to have to get over quick. He's going to have to dedicate his bikes and palace grav attacks really early to get CP.
Obviously, the bikes are no slouches for speed, but I'm sure the Drukhari players got plans to movement block and stuff like that to keep them away from those objectives.
He doesn't want to. Dedicate too early because he doesn't want to lose those bikes just for command points. So that
is a big chunk of his army to lose if he misjudges when to
exactly.
in.
They're like crucial to the list. They're fast, they're killy, they're shooty as well with the salvo launchers, 3d3 damage again. So the primary in this is taking hold. So it's hold an objective for 4 points, hold 2 for 4, hold more for another 4. And then we have break them body and soul as the tertiary Hellstorm approved. What's the break them body and soul?
So this is where you can score up to 3, obviously, for killing an enemy unit. For killing it's essentially kill.
So it's 3 kill points to 10.
3 kill points.
That's it. Get a point if you kill a unit up to a max of 3.
Yep.
So that's going to be really good for Mike, the Custodes player. Maybe quite difficult for old Dylan because obviously he's very killy, but I don't think he's going to be taking out multiple Custodes units a turn. Which means he's never going to overcompensate and kill 4, probably, until maybe the last turn if he's like really dominant position. But maybe
you don't want to get too early, too killy too early. Sorry.
Exactly.
Because you're going to miss out on those points. So it's going to be a hard balance to judge. What's going to get in your face and how soon you need to kill those.
Yeah, exactly. So Dylan for his secondary has taken Stranglehold, which is worth up to 15 points. That's hold 3 objectives and more, which is going to be quite hard in his 6 objective mission because obviously Stranglehold having to hold more as well. Mike's probably obsec. He counts as double the number of models. He counts as 2 dudes because they're just so chunky. They're such big chads. It's like 1. They count as 1 for their body and then just their chin is the other one. So they count as 2. So Stranglehold, a tough one, but doable if he's quite aggressive. He's got Assassination, which is very interesting. Maybe Dylan is thinking. Maybe are these secondaries definitely correct? I don't think these secondaries are correct either because Mike has psychic interrogation, but he has. I don't think he has a psyker in the list.
No, potentially.
So maybe those secondaries aren't correct. That's a very interesting one. Stranglehold, assassinate, and grind them down. Maybe they are right, but we'll find out. We'll get an update from the table. I don't think the players have realised they have to use the score sheet to score points. Without the score sheet, they don't actually
I've
score.
seen them fiddling with it, so potentially. Oh, they've been switched round, so it's the Drukharis that's taken Stranglehold, Assassination, Grind Them Down, and the Custodes have taken...
I don't think they're taking Psychic
They
Interrogate.
switched back round now.
Let's, I think the names are wrong way round then. If we get that swapped over, that'll be so they put them in the wrong way round. Okay.
Right, yeah, that is the issue that's taken place.
Dylan is taking Psychic Interrogation, retrieve Nat One data, and engage on all fronts. But we'll go back in a second. We'll just get that sorted.
It should be corrected shortly, so...
but what we will say while we're waiting, Phil, we're doing an exciting thing today with a big box, a big exciting box.
We are giving away the gorgeous box that is
Look
Eldritch
at this gorgeous box. Eldritch Omens.
How could it get any better?
It's called...
Eldar... some Chaos Space.
But we're giving away this box set today to anyone who Super Chats becomes a member today. So if you want to consider, then !win in chat. You have a chance to win this bad boy, which can fit so many bad Chaos units, but also... very cool models. Maybe one day they'll be good. Maybe. It's an investment, right? No one would buy this.
It's going to happen, lads. We're going to rise again. The Chaos are going to be good. I'm sure they are.
No one would buy this box because it's got Chaos in. But if you won it for £2...
there you go.
That's all I'm saying is that's pretty PogChamp. That's all I'm going to say. So let's have a look at Dylan's secondaries. He's got Engage on all fronts, which is... it looks like he's ended his turn already. So Engage on all fronts. Speed 3/4 of the board. And then get points, which is cool.
So just to go over that first, the Drukhari players already had their first turn. We're into Custodes' first turn here. Cool. So he had some pre-game moves before Dylan started moving his models around first. And we've obviously started moving up some of the bikes up onto the centre objectives there on Mike's side. And... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they're moving up just there. On the Harlequin and Drukhari side, you know, they've edged their bets. They're trying to hide their boats from the big shooting that can come in from the Custodes.
Yeah, so. He's played quite defensively. He's moved out, but he's tried to hide. Basically, that's what we're trying to say.
We've obviously got the racks, which can stand out and be reasonably durable. On that top objective on the screen.
P5, which is always nice.
Yep.
So. Which is pretty good. So he's got Engage on fronts, be all over, being 3/4 of the board for 2 points, all 4 for 3 points, sorry. Rod, retrieve Nat One data, do some Excel spreadsheets, which would be nice, and Psychic Interrogation. So that's cast the power on like Warp Charge 3, maybe even 4. Mind Bullets, points.
Let's do it, yeah.
Easy clap, easy clap. Mike, on the other hand, let's go into Mike's movement phase. Obviously, we've got his secondaries now. We've got Taken Hold, obviously. We've got Stranglehold, again, hold 3, hold more. Which is going to be interesting. I think that's a much better idea for the Custodes player to take that secondary rather than the Drukhari player. Yeah. He's got Assassinate because he does have like a lot of murder characters. He's got the Solitaire. He's got Drazar, which needs to die. He's got the Succubus. So all of the stuff that's really good in Dylan's list is a character. Well, a lot of the characters are very good. They're going to be like quite aggressive. So that might force him to either play them and throw them away just to get rid of them and try and do damage, or it might make him want to play more defensively and hold them back.
Exactly, yeah.
And then he's got Grind Them Down, kill more return. Understandable. Custodes, they're very hard to kill. You do have to kill one at a time. So he's not only going to be going for kill more, but he's going to be thinking to himself, if I go for kill more, I'll also be getting Break Them Body and Soul, that tertiary as well. So I'll get 3 points to killing more that turn, and I'll probably get 3 points to killing 3 units. That
killing
makes sense.
2 elves with 1 stone, if you will.
Exactly. I like it. So now we're going into turn 1 for the Custodes, bottom of turn 1. Let's see if we can get a side camera so you can see what Mike's doing. We've got the bikes and the sisters chilling in that corner.
Just hiding away from... you can see the racks up in the top there.
You sure can.
So they're the ones that have edged out
that's Mike's bomb. We'll not look at that one.
Of course. It's always going to happen on a
Gotta
live
get Peachy
stream.
Cam. Peachy Cam. You know what I'm saying. I hope everyone's doing well. Let us know where you're watching from this morning. Obviously, it is almost 10 o'clock in the UK. This is round 4 of a 5-round event. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. That's Undead says, hey, Billy, has anyone told you that you sound like Brian Cox, the physicist? I was trying to work out who was talking, and he was all like a picture.
Oh, okay.
You've got Brian Cox's hair as well, look. I mean, you got a very similar hair to Brian Cox. And he's a smart man to be compared to.
I'll take that as a compliment, you know.
I would. Good idea.
Hopefully I had the brain of Brian Cox, but I don't think that's... Maybe the voice, but definitely not the brain, guys.
Excellent. Popcorn Scorpion says, obligatory glory to the Dark Gods, of course. Chaos are cool. They're just stuck on the tabletop for now. Gumbelina says, morning. Who let Mikey back on the mic? # Team Tom and Elliot.
Ooh.
They're trying to turn it against us. Terrible, terrible. Lee Williams says, my Imperial Knights could maybe scrape a win against that Custodes list. That is all 9 Knights of my 4,000 points, though. Excellent. Excellent. So it should be interesting. It's an interesting game. Again, Mike doesn't want to commit too early. He really doesn't want to commit too early, because if he does, he's just going to get counter-assaulted really badly.
Both players are going to be playing really cagey early on.
But he does need to play aggressive for Stranglehold. So I don't think he'll be touching that round 1. I don't think he'll be getting that round 1. So, Gumballina is watching from home, better than the hospital. I hope you're doing okay, dude. Hope you're doing all right, man. And Oliver Thorne is watching from sunny Norfolk. Excellent. Well, thank you much for tuning in. Don't forget, if you want to share the stream, that'd be amazing. If you want to tell your friends that we're on, share it in the WhatsApp group, share it in the Facebook group, you know, do the things. If you want to share what you've been working on, feel free to tag us on Instagram, Hellstormwargaming, or you can tag us on Twitter as well, HellstormMikey. That's directly to me, and I will like it and retweet it. Very good. Very nice.
Very good. Very nice.
But yeah, so let us know what you're working on. If you're painting today, if you're hanging out, you're just chilling, you sat up with a coffee, got it on the big screen.
I'm sat here with a good cup of tea, keeping me warm.
I've got coffee as well.
It's a lovely old building that we're hosted in today.
It is, yeah. We're in Holmfirth Gaming
Centre.
Yeah. Holmfirth Gaming Centre in West Yorkshire.
The beautiful land that is West Yorkshire.
God's own country.
Rolling hills, stone brick walls.
3 cameras.
Love it.
Glass bottles. Either Custodes win this and prove how great they are, or they lose and prove that Custodes clearly aren't that bad. I think it should be really interesting, because again, Harlequins are essentially the new hotness. They're like the ones that aren't quite hitting the ground yet, but they've only been out like 2 weeks. But
there's some super tasty combos you can get off there, particularly with the is it the Shadow Seer?
The Shadow Seer and the light, so you have to be only... But the Shadow Seer makes you count as 6 inches further away. And whilst you're more than 12, you can't hit on better than a 4+. So you actually have to be within 6 inches to actually be able to hit on your normal BS whilst near the Shadow Seer, which is really interesting. Really, really interesting. So... 1 second, just a quick tech issue. Why is it working?
No, we just got some technical difficulties here, guys.
You can, babe. Have to do it on your phone. Not that I'm biased to my approach to Custodes at all. Well, I mean, it is a kind of a tell. It is kind of a tell. So Dylan's already scored 10 points in his first turn, which is very interesting. He's got 8 for taking hold. We're going into turn 2. Are we on turn 2 already? We're on turn 2. Let's have a look at the left cam. We've got the left cam. That's it. Is there some cool stuff happening there? There we go. I think we're going to sort the technical issue out. So turn 2, we've got Dylan going into... He's already got his taken hold for 8 points. And Sam Hill with a £5 donation. Hell yeah. Thank you very much, buddy. Any T-Sons players there today? Currently playing a Sorcerer tuning from Essex. Excellent. Sadly, no Thousand Suns players. The only Thousand Suns player here today actually dropped out, which is a bit of a shame. But he couldn't stand the heat, you know? Thought, you know what? I like living the warp. It's cozy here. I don't want to get sent out again, so maybe we'll stay here.
That's the one. Just on that note as well, we've got Mandrakes zipping off the board now at the end of, I believe it's at the end of the shooting phase there for the... Right, yeah, so we've got Mandrakes leaving the board now. We've also lost a green unit on the Drukhari side. We're getting some shots coming in now from the Custodes.
Yeah, it looks like we're already in turn 2. We're already in turn 2 movement phase.
That's it, yeah. So what happened there is Mike took off 4 of the 5 Mandrakes, and the other ones just zipped off the board.
Oh.
Obviously, it's going to be wanting using him to jump on some objectives later on in the game. Or potentially take up some Overwatch if he decides to use it. We've also got the racks moving up to screen that top objective by the looks of it, to make sure if anyone wants to get on there, they're going to have to come right into the middle of that group of racks.
Yep.
But I've got a feeling he's going to be moving some characters up into the middle of that blob to give out the buffs as well.
Yeah, it's quite interesting because not killing that Mandrake not only lets Dylan put a unit in reserve to deep strike later, it also denies him grind them down turn 1. because obviously Dylan
removing
didn't
that
shoot.
Kill point, yeah.
Dylan didn't even shoot, so being able to like kill a Mandrake early on, just to get a free 3 points, gets another point for break the body and soul. That's actually a 4-point swing by not killing one Mandrake.
Yeah, if he can keep him off of the table for as long as possible, it's going to remove that kill point for as long as possible as well, and then possibly hide him away backfield later on in the game.
Yeah, now I'm pretty sure, like, I'm sure chat will correct me if I'm wrong, but because he's put them into strategic reserve, after taking them off the table, they have no limitation about what turn they can come in. They could come in turn 5 in a corner out of the way.
Interesting.
So
as long as they come on before the end of the game, they're not classed as being destroyed.
Exactly. So if he's on the board at the end of the game, not destroyed, that's no grind them down, that's no break their body and soul. That is stonks.
That's
stonks
it, yeah.
for Dylan. That's a really good point swing. 4 points. Not as if Custodes couldn't kill 5 Mandrakes. What's going on, Mike? What's going on? See, I was rooting for the Drukhari player all along.
That's
Maybe
it.
you've chosen poorly. That's a 5-point swing.
The bad luck of Billy may be affecting Mike here.
Exactly.
So if we cut to the right camera, I believe we've got a good view of some of the units there. You can see the Star Weavers moving up in the background. Into that gap, Void Weavers. So that's a squad of 3 Void Weavers moving there. That is thoroughly blocked off that objective. Mike is going to have to kill a lot if he wants to get up on there.
Awesome Sunday.
I don't know if he's got any good viewpoints from where those Void Reavers are positioned. See if he could shoot into the Custodes, but
I don't think so, because they're behind that ruin, right?
Yeah.
They're not even touching that ruin. Gareth Howard, thank you much for the 5. Paying and listening to Mikey. Awesome Sunday. Well, awesome day. Thank you very much for tuning in. You're awesome for donating. You're in that giveaway as well for the Eldritch Omens box set, ! Win in chat. And don't forget, if you are wanting to enter, it's much easier to contact you on Discord, so please join our Discord. ! Discord in the chat today, or you can jump in the description as well.
That's the one. Just a note on that movement as well, we've got the Succubus sneaking up behind those Void Reavers.
So
up there.
Succubus chilling up here? Coming up under the head?
Yeah, she is just under the head somewhere.
Around here?
Yeah, she's apparently she's hiding in that blob somewhere.
Oh, spicy.
So Mike does not want to get anywhere near those racks because, number one, those boats are just going to scatter once he gets anywhere near them, and then the Succubus is going to go in and
that's the thing.
blend.
It's Dylan's priority. It's going to be getting rid of those bikes, maybe get rid of the Palace as well, because they're cheap, but they're fast.
That's
and if Dylan can take out the speed early on, might be a sad day for the Drukhari, for the Custodes, sorry.
Yeah,
might be a fun day for the Drukhari.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if he can be the one with the best movement, then the game is,
yeah,
is in his hands to control, basically.
Exactly. So it's interesting. Now Mikey's a very good player. He don't give himself credit. He's a good player. So I know he's gonna. He's played Drukhari a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
He'll have a plan.
Yeah, he knows what Harlequins do. He's quite excited about the Harlequins, so he probably has a game plan, what he plans to do against this. It's just going to be interesting to see just how it plays out and whether it all goes to plan. Having the Harlequins tucked in the Drukhari, tucked into that army, just gives them so much utility, such better shooting, and so much more defensive shooting than taking something like Ravagers, which is so expensive and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So being able to just take 3 Void Weavers, 4s to hit, pretty much across the board. Super defensive, super efficient, and really cheap. So, good morning to you, Organ. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thank you much for tuning in. And again, if you're watching from somewhere extravagant, let us know. If you're not watching from somewhere extravagant, also let us know. That'd be really good.
Speaking of places extravagant, so we've got a troop there that rolled really high on its advance roll at the bottom of the screen, just behind the troop carrier on the bottom.
The Star Weaver, just
the
behind
Star
you.
Weaver, yep. So it's not that racks, it's just next to it. It's the
just here.
Yeah, that unit up there.
So
he was thinking about going after Trajan with that big advance move there. He's decided against
Trajan's
it. He doesn't want
here.
to commit too early. Yeah. So Trajan's out in front. Yeah.
Trajan's not easy to kill, but he's also protected by bodyguard. Right?
That's the deal.
He has 3 wardens, probably tucked away, something like this in this corner. Can we see it? We can see the racks. Oh no, not that camera. It's okay. That's okay. We'll go back to top down. We've probably got 3 wardens in here. They have a special rule called bodyguard. So while a character is within 3 inches, they can't be shot.
That's
at all.
Absolutely.
No guns at all. 0 guns.
None allowed.
0 deaths by guns. So he can tuck out, shove himself out and be like, hello, I'm in the middle of the board holding this objective. but you can't shoot me. So
That's
you're going
it.
to have to charge me.
Yeah, if we cut to the left camera now, we should be able to see the positioning of those wardens.
There we go. We got the wardens in the corner with the bikes
just hidden
as well.
in the building along with the bikes. You've got Trajan
Shout out to the cameraman. Thank you, Elliot. Well done.
Thank you very much, Elliot.
We got there a bit too early. So you can see the bodyguard just chilling here. There's one here. There's one here. There's another one there. And then Trajan is within 3. So now he can't be shot, and you've got to charge Trajan to actually deal with him. And nobody wants to charge Trajan.
No, nobody
He's horrible. He fights twice. He's thrown 10. He's got a big axe.
That's it, yeah.
He's got a 4-up save.
He
re-rolls in combat.
Is a giga chad of a person, just stepping out, baiting any bold moves from the Drukhari, and just saying, "Come at me, bro. See what you can do."
Yeah. Like, come bring it, because I'm just holding this objective. You can't do anything about it unless you come and engage. Which then I've got 3 bikes to countercharge. I've got bodyguard to countercharge, because they're no slouches either.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. If we cut back to the top view, we can have a look at this bottom objective now. So he has fully stacked that bottom objective just like he has the top. We've got a troop transport that's got troops in it as well as the troops backing them up behind. So if he was to charge into that boat, you're going to have troops spilling out. You've got 2 squads of troops there. You don't want to get tagged by both of those in that return charge. You've also got the racks behind them, which are stepping on that objective. They've got Adeptus secured, so you'd have to get a lot of models on that objective to steal it from the Drukhari player. We've obviously then got some of the Void Reavers at the bottom.
Is that the Void Reavers coming out? Maybe we could get a camera angle on those any second now. Here we go. There they are, the Void Reavers. Oh, that's a bump. We love that. Very nice bottom. But there they are, the Void Reavers. Prismatic cannons ready to shoot over.
That's it. That lovely iridescent paint scheme on there. Beautifully glossed.
I'm not sure what they're going to go for. I think they're just playing safe, you know? Bikes
potentially,
up here.
Can I just get confirmation of what them Void Reavers are looking at, Tom?
I don't know if they're going to be able to see much, to be honest.
So they do have viewpoints on, I believe it's the Palace Grav tank.
This one here?
Yeah, the one in the middle of Mike's deployment zone. I believe
we
they've
have a
got
bit
an
of an
angle
odd
there.
perspective, so don't worry about it. So if they can see, they can see. We're just watching. We're merely flies on the wall. We don't interrupt.
That's it. We are the Emperor's consciousness floating around, viewing the battlescape as his finest try to overcome
very good
the
lore.
Eldar menace.
Very good lore, very good narrative, really. Well done. So it should be interesting to see. They probably can convincingly kill it because there's 3 of them. There's a bunch of shots. I think he gets 2 shots each. At strength 12, I believe.
Yeah, they've got a lot of strength 12 shots that could pour into that Palace Grav tank. Custodes being Custodes, you know, they're not super flimsy, so he's going to have to commit all 3, I think, to potentially wipe that Palace Grav tank off. Yeah. Will it be one of Mike's highly maneuverable units to go down?
That'd be really good. It looks like he's got another line of sight
to contest objectives.
Straight down here. That's what I see. I see a line. Doesn't look good for that little palace. Maybe that was bait to get him to come out, but he's playing very defensively, which is the right thing to do.
That's it, yeah. So he's positioned his Void Reavers in a way that he's going to have to move his big guns out to try and deal with them. Otherwise, they're just going to pick on anything that moves out. Speaking of Dylan, it's looking like he is just daring the Custodes to come to him. Yeah. We saw Mike position Trajan up front early to do exactly the same thing. So they're just seeing who's going to flinch first, basically. Who's going to commit first and potentially make the first slip up.
Yeah, because the thing is with Dylan is that he's got engaged on all fronts, which I don't think he's going to be getting this turn because he's basically saying, I'm here. I don't have Stranglehold. You do. So come get some.
That's it. He's like, I know you've got Trajan, but I've got my own ultra super killy characters as well. So just come at me.
So what's interesting, he's got Psychic Interrogation. But so because Trajan has moved so far out, now I'm not sure where the Shadow Seer is, but he's quite close. Probably.
I believe the Shadow Seer is in the top left. I could be wrong. We'll get confirmation on that as well.
So I believe if he's up here, maybe the Shield Captain is with all these bikes. Maybe the Shield Captain's nearby. The Shadow Seer's here.
I know the Succubus is in that group somewhere.
I can't quite tell. Can't quite tell. Maybe we'll get a finger.
So the Shadow Seer is down the bottom near Trajan.
So Shadow Seer is down here.
He's going to take advantage of Trajan's bold move out there.
Trajan comes out, bang, Psychic Interrogation, Mind Bullets, 3 points.
That's it, yep.
So Dylan could just sit there, score primary, keep scoring Psychic Interrogation, you know, put himself up without even moving.
He's putting Mike under pressure to force him to come out to score those
Because if we just click over to Mike's secondaries, he said he's got Stranglehold, hold 4 objectives essentially.
Yep, so he's got to come out of his table half there.
Yep, basically hold 4 objectives, kill his characters and kill all his stuff. So if Dylan just goes, well, you're going to have to engage with me because I could just sit here, score the same primary as you, but keep scoring those secondaries, I win.
Yeah.
Could we see a long stalemate for 5 turns? That would be really funny.
So just an update on those secondaries there. Psychic Interrogation has gone off. He's got those 3 points just there.
Bingo bango.
Also, he got the rod first turn in one of his table quarters and in the second turn as well.
Obviously, he probably did it here, and then he's just done it here. It doesn't really matter which way around. He's done it in those 2 halves. That's all we need to know.
Sorry, retrieve Knackman, not rod.
It's made his spreadsheets.
He's got those secondary
points.
It's
research and development, R&D.
R&D.
So yeah, maybe we'll see like a little stall.
Yeah,
because that would probably play into Dylan's hands really nicely.
It's not just that as well. As Mike wants to start using his command points to regain those, he needs to be in his opponent's objectives.
Yeah.
Because of the secondary mission rules.
So kind of like forcing Mike to play super aggressive, which the Custodes want to do, just not too early. Just not too early. Thank you, Piece of Profit, for the £1.11. How's it going? Thank you much for tuning in, buddy. Hope you're well. Let's get you entered into the giveaway as well. Don't forget exclamation point win in chat to win an Eldritch Omens box set.
If we cut to the right-hand camera, Mikey, we can see some beautiful.
It looks like it's a little bit low.
They've just popped up from reserve just there.
Ah, these are the racks, are they? Interesting.
5-man racks.
Well, that's engaging all fronts.
That is.
But it's also a kill point and grind them down.
Yeah, so you've got to balance what you give away in your secondaries as well as what you score. So
maybe a bad
let's see if this is a move a little bit too early for that engaging all fronts.
Me, to be honest, obviously they've deep struck right in this corner. Let's get the pen. They've deep struck right in this corner. I would have thought about maybe like coming over here.
You can also notice as well while you're drawing on that map, Mikey, that Palace Grav tank in the middle of the board is no longer there.
What Palace Grav tank?
It was there in that lovely pink box. So the Void Reavers have just removed that.
That's what they do. They roll dice and they kill it. So if we could get one of the guys to fix the dice camera, because it looks like it's been kicked, which would be very handy. I'll put the dice camera up just so we can see. Can you see that there?
Here we go. So we got some of the Harlequin shots coming in here. Can we just get a confirmation on the target of what's been shot?
Looks like Mike just made his 4 in-runs. That's a bit important bit. But I think I would have put the rack somewhere down at the bottom, rodded with them, not bothered charging, rodding in a corner that's not on Mike's side, but also put them in a place where Mike will have to dedicate and come out of his box to deal with them, and the Harlequins can pounce. Where they put them there, they could just stay behind the building and shoot the racks miles away from anything. So, but it will get him engaged on all fronts. That's the important bit, you know. And maybe I don't know who actually rodded this turn. Do we know who actually did the rod, the R&D? Maybe it was the racks.
Oh, yeah. So it was they've rodded in. It was a deep striking racks. That have done it.
Yeah. So it was these racks in this corner. So he's got this corner, and he's got this one or this one. So who knows which one he's got yet? But it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to do it in both halves anyway, unless Mike really dedicates out.
And to go back to those dice that were rolling a second ago, it was more shots from the Void Reavers into that other Palace Grav tank at the bottom.
Again, if we could get the dice camera adjusted, that'd be great. Quickly. Dice camera. I'm sorry, really sorry. We just have to show you the dice camera while it adjusts it, because we don't have like a view. Is that better? Is that good for everyone at home? Does that look nice? That looks nice. That's good. Thank you.
Cameron says Stranglehold seems like a mistake on a 6-objective mission. Is it though? Because that's how Custodes want to play. They want to get in the face of the
problem is with Stranglehold, it's hold 3 and more. So in like this sort of game where there's 3 objectives in your board half, it's essentially hold 4.
Yeah.
Or delete something off the objective.
Yeah.
Because you've got to kill everything off one of the objectives, which at the minute Mike's not going to be able to do. He doesn't have enough shooting, and he'd have to really dedicate. And yeah, it's like, so he's got to kill everything or be on that objective and outnumber him with Obsec, which is going to be hard to do as well. So I think Stranglehold, whilst the problem is with secondaries these days is some of them are really hard to choose. Like some of the categories are really oversaturated. So there's like a really obvious one, and then nothing else in those secondaries. So maybe Stranglehold was a bad move, but maybe there just wasn't much else, you know?
I'm sure Mike is a man with a plan. It's into his turn now, so let's see what he can do.
It's a good turn from Dylan. 13 points on that primary. You get by killing the Palace as well, being able to break them body and soul. Got 4 points for engage now, so 2 points for 3/4. Obviously, he's dropped those racks in. And then psychic interrogation, getting 3 points on there. So
big scoring first.
Let's go into Mike's top down.
So we just got Mike's just saying there that he does need to come out and play this game this turn, otherwise he's not got a chance of bringing back that score lead that Dylan's got on him at the moment.
Falling quite far behind with those points there. If you'd like to see the list, John, you can type !lists in chat, or there's a link in the description which takes you to the Best Coast Pairings app, and you can just search all of the lists playing today. But today's Dylan. There's only one Dylan here, so I'm sure you can find it. Because they don't tend to have enough range shooting for stranglehold on 6 objectives. Yeah, so Mikey's going to have to, and here it is, he's going to have to come out with those bikes. Those bikes do have to come out now. They do have to come out to play. Oh, that's a bum shot, sorry.
So confirmation as well from Mike. He's staying in his Qatar, which is the Callistus.
Callistus.
Yeah, Callistus. So that will give him...
Callistus, I can't remember now. Which one's Callistus do? I'm sure it's like double advance
and shoot ones that he's got there.
Very good. Very good. So advance and still shoot, which is very nice. There you go. So you see the bike, the shield captain there, coming in, being like, listen, lads, I've got some work to do now. I have a bunch of attacks. I get more if I kill stuff, so it's time to kill stuff. Right?
That's it. He says, if you're going to step out there, I'm going to come and meet you in the centre of this
that's the thing.
board.
Dylan's obviously trying to secure that objective, trying to body the objective, but given a lot of opportunity for Mike to counterpunch. Now, it's just, does Mike have enough attacks? Does he have enough? He has a lot of attacks. They have those bikes have 5 attacks each.
He does, yeah. Particularly the shield captain up there as well.
Loads of AP, so straight to invuns, you know.
Yeah.
1 damage on the Misericordia, 2 damage on the spears, but the Misericordia will kill a troop just as well as the spear, pretty much.
It, yeah, that's
it's
it.
3s or 2s, you know. So it should be interesting. Should be very interesting. It's whether this will work. That's the question.
It sounds like this turn 2 with the Custodes lead. It's going to be the decisive turn in the game, and we're going to see if Mike can claw back up to even on those scores, and then how it's going to develop from there. Yeah. If he doesn't manage to pull back up, it looks like Mike will be trailing for the rest of the game.
It either works or it doesn't. If it works, this game will start falling in Mike's favour. He'll score some points. Dylan will have to really focus on those bikes at the top rather than the rest of the army, which then can start moving out.
Yep.
If he has to over-dedicate. If it fails, if Dylan spikes all these invuns, you know, might be a rough time for Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very exciting though. Let us know at home who you'd like to win. Who would you like to win? Well, let's get a poll going. Let's get a poll going. Who to win? Who do you want? Fan favourite. There we go. We've got a nice shot there. Fan favourite.
Right, so if we look here, guys, we've got the bikes and the shield captain. So we can see here he's fully committing to this top objective in Dylan's quarter.
I need strangle. He's like, that's mine now. I need to strangle.
He needs that stranglehold point. Also, he might be looking to spin the deployment zones. Spin the deployment zone, so he's going to try and turn it into a Dawn of War deployment and force the Dark Eldar to come towards the bottom, towards Trajan, sort of push him and corral him into Trajan, potentially as well. But he needs that stranglehold point this turn to catch up on points.
Exactly. So it's going to be a really interesting turn. And it looks like Mike's sending over his Dreadnought and his Bolter Sisters to deal with these racks in the corner. That's 3 points, you know, grind them down. 3 points in it, really. So
I mean, it looks like he's moving his army that direction anyway, so it's not too much movement lost to go and deal with those racks.
No.
But they're not super flimsy. They are racks at the end of the day. It's not like he's parked
they're pretty tough.
Guardians up there or anything. You know,
it's a little bit tougher than you
not something you can just shoot bottles at and they'll disappear.
Yeah. So it looks like he's got a Dreadnought there. He can shoot them. He can with the storm, the fancy storm bolters. He can charge them if he really wants to, and that's just going to stop him deep checking that corner later as well. So.
Yep, so we've got the shooting into those racks now from the... this is the Dreadnoughts opening up into the racks. So let's see how many...
Yeah, it looks like he's saying a few out already.
Direction.
Can we see them? Oh, you can't quite see the racks, so just off camera. That's okay. Looks like a lot of people are saying they want the Drukhari Quins to win. Interesting. Big Custodes, the boogeyman.
Maybe the Custodes' dominance has rubbed people up the wrong way there.
Maybe.
They've kind of
they don't realise that Harlequins are the true new boogeyman on the battlefield. Maybe we'll see.
Better the
we'll
devil
see.
you know sometimes.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oliver says, I know Custodes are bogeyman this moment, but I love them. Insert, I played them before. They're a good smug comment here. Everyone says that about Custodes because they are cool.
That's it, yeah.
But they're also now very good.
So those racks proving a little bit more difficult than potentially Mike expected. We've got now Custodes spear units shooting into them to try and remove them.
Makes sense. I believe he's got a Custodes guard squad sat in this building holding this objective.
Yeah, that's it. Inside that L there.
They'll be shooting
at them
some
as
spears
well.
over before the Dreadnought inevitably probably has to charge to kill the last one. So... Again, it's a point for Break Them Body and Soul, the tertiary in this mission. It also helps him out to grind them down. Losing that palace, he has to kill a unit this turn.
Yeah.
And he has to kill multiple units to get grind them down this turn. So
that's the racks gone as well. We just had confirmation, so he has got rid of those racks in the shooting phase, which is good because he didn't need to waste any more movement.
Yeah, saves him charging his Custodes backwards. His Dreadnought backwards, right? So there you go. Look at all those bikes now. Is not. It looks quite scary. If I was a Drukhari or Harlequin player and I had all those Custodes bikes looking at me, I'd be very, very nervous. Very nervous.
Yeah. I mean, he's screened off his Super Killy Void Reavers there with the racks. That is one of the big squads of racks. However, he will be facing a counter charge from that Succubus. Do you think the Succubus will be able to do much damage towards those Custodes bikes?
Succubus
they are really
has a bunch of
tanky.
mortal wounds. There's a bunch of mortal wounds. Critical precision blows, I believe it's got. Let's have a look what precision blows does exactly.
I mean, doesn't Empress Chosen have a...
They do ignore it on a 4+, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
So Mike is going to be relying on those 4+s to save some of his bikes when that counter charge does come. It looks like we've got shooting into the Void Reavers, probably from the bikes here as well.
So
That's the salvo launchers coming in from a squad of bikes. Picked up one Void Reaver.
Each time an unmodified hit roll of a 6 is made for a melee attack made by this warlord, the target suffers a number of mortal wounds equal to the damage characteristic of the weapon that used that attack. So with the triptych whip, which is pretty decent. It's poison 2+. Strength user, -3 and 2 damage. So the problem is he's only strength user. But she gets a +3 attacks with that whip. So she uses the whip,
Becomes a bit of a lawnmower with that whip,
yeah. So she gets a bunch of attacks. She doesn't have to roll to wound if she rolls at 6 to hit. So even though he's getting a 4+ save against it, he has to make a save against every mortal wound that goes through. And he doesn't have to roll to wound. Dylan doesn't have to roll to wound. It's just more efficient. So there's no invuln. But they just had saving each damage individually, which arguably is worse than just 1 up, 4 up. And there's no I have to run out and roll to wound. Just roll loads of 6s, mortal wound straight through.
Yeah, that's it.
Even with that 4-up save, it's probably the best way to deal with them right now.
That's it.
And you don't waste any damage either with mortal wounds, obviously, because it spills,
Right, yeah.
If you do 6 mortal wounds, you kill a bike and do a wound. Where if you did 6 damage, you'd kill 1 bike. No extra wound.
That's it. So, speaking of damage here, we've got the salvo launchers picking up another Void Reaver, exploding one, and it looks like the other one's disappeared as well as a result. That's it. So the salvo launchers killed one initially,
nice.
And then the other squads took off another Void Reaver, left one on 1 wound, and the explosion from that Void Reaver took out that last wound on the remaining one. So that is a full squad of Void Reavers gone in the top side of the board.
Oh dear, there's a very big hole there.
That leaves a lovely hole for those bikes to jump into the middle of that objective
That's not
as well, which was screened off by the racks.
Maybe Mike will get that objective after all. Jump those bikes over. Now he's not obsec, but still a lot of bodies on there. You just said poison 2+. It is poison 2+, so he'll be able to wound them quite easily with the triptych whip. But then he doesn't get an invuln, straight to mortal wounds, which he'll have to save afterwards. So.
Okay, so looking at what Dylan's got left here at the coming towards the end of the Custodes shooting phase, you've got the Void Reavers still at the bottom. They are still a big threat. His Palace Grav tanks seem to be the primary target for those Void Reavers there. However, you've got the bikes coming out now, so is he going to want to dedicate those shots
8-inch charge there.
8-inch charge coming in with the Custodes bikes. Is he going to go to the front or is he going to jump over?
He looks like he's jumping over. Oh, thinking about it.
Is he
No,
charged the boat as well there, potentially? Is that a dual
makes
charge?
sense.
Or
Looks
is he
like
just
it.
tied up that boat?
Looks like it. Get rid of his speed and then deal with the troop afterwards, you know? But they can ignore invuns, those troops, you know? There's quite a lot of play in there, so...
That's it. So the shield captain's jumped into that gap.
There we go. You can see the shield captain's jumped over, grabbed that objective. Not obsec, but, you know, he is a force to be reckoned with.
That's it,
Allows him to heroically intervene if he does try and pull out of combat whilst he's in the middle of that objective, which is going to be very handy. Looks like that's what Mike's setting up for.
That's the
3 bikes in the transport, into the racks as well. And then the shield captain has changed his mind.
Oh, so
he's got
not
that much of a charge, he could just YOLO. Look, has he rolled a double 6 charge? Has he rolled a double 6 charge? It looks like he has. He could just go anywhere. He could do loops around and then come back and still land in the same place.
Wherever he wants there. And just to confirm, those 3 bikes have charged the Skyweaver and the racks, so they're going to be splitting their attacks amongst them. Starweaver.
Skyweaver are the bikes.
Skyweaver's the bikes, I see.
But that's okay. We're all good. Let's end this poll. It looks like 66% of people who bothered to vote. Oh, you guys
little faith in the Emperor.
You guys painting at home didn't bother to vote, but that's okay. You want the Drukhari to win. Imagine saying that 3 months ago.
I know.
You want the Drukhari to win? What, are you mad? There we go. The shield captain is going on the objective again. I think that's probably the best play because I don't think Dylan will want to stay in combat, but to hold that objective or to stay on it, which means that the shield captain will be able to heroically intervene once again, get his +1 to win with the spear, get his extra attacks, all the things. So
that's it. Some attacks coming in now from the Custodes.
This is the bikes, right?
It looks like the bikes here. Seems a bit too many attacks for the shield captain. So these bikes are attacking the racks. So this is into the racks here.
Get rid of the bodies. The Starweaver is good, but it's not like...
He's just tying him up to prevent some of the shooting.
Yeah. He needs to get rid of the obstacle on that objective.
Yeah.
You know? If he can do that, then he's onto a winner.
That's it. So let's see how durable these racks are against the Custodes spikes.
It looks like he's took out a few. Got some Misericordias going in. Looks like 2 wins of Misericordias as well. Might be a whole unit by the looks of it. Let's have a look.
Yep, so we took about 4 or 5 racks off there, and the Misericordias
there's 2 racks to go, which are going to rack up Mike points.
Hey.
But grind them down. And also break them body and soul.
Shield captain attacking into the racks as well. That's the other squad of racks by the look of it, or is it the big squad? Yep, just one big squad. So the shield captain looking to remove
it's a big unit of 10,
rest of the half of that squad.
The big unit of 10. But he's always got multiple units of 5 and then 1 big unit of 10. Sorry, 3 units of 3 big units of 10.
That's it.
So he's done some work, those bikes. They've done some works. There you go, you got a better view. Interesting. So a lot of bodies there. The bikes just being able to be a really big threat. They could obviously heroically intervene for a stratagem as well.
That's it, yep, absolutely.
So very exciting. Very interesting 10 events. Mike had to do this. It looks like he's going pretty well for him, which is nice.
That's
but
it,
he did have to do this to actually start like changing the state of the game. If not, as we said before, Dylan could just sit on the 3 objectives, score primary, keep getting psychic interrogation, and win by default.
That's it. So it just looks like we're doing the racks attacks back into the bikes now, into the shield captain.
Looks like Mike forgot to plus
Starweaver attacks there, so
Starweaver,
I don't think they did any damage to the bikes there. And now it looks like we've got the attacks going into the bikes from the racks now.
Not a great deal will happen here, though. I don't think Mike forgot the plus 1 to wound. I think those last 3 dice rolls where it's like one of them didn't go through and his only 2 saves was the Misericordias, which only turn 5 and don't get plus 1 to wound. So I think he's pretty sure he did plus 1 to wound on his spears, but we will get confirmation, I'm sure, if there is an issue. But that's okay. You know, heat of battle, sometimes you do forget things, but I'm pretty sure they were the Misericordias, so no problem there.
Yeah, Mike knows this army, so I'm pretty sure
he does. Yeah, I mean, he's on 3 wins. He must do. You'd hope he does.
Yeah, exactly.
He beat Tau in the first game.
Yeah, not an easy feat there.
No, exactly. It is some shenanigans where he stopped the Tau piling in, tagged the broadside drone, and the broadsides can only shoot whilst they're within engagement range. And because the way the player had placed the drones, he tagged them, stopped them piling in, so the broadside was in combat, but couldn't shoot in combat. Which is awfully nice.
Very nice.
So he's like, well, that's game because these are just going to die now. So
that's it. So confirmation there. It was because of the racks rule that they've got transhuman against anything strength 7 or less. The Custodes spears are strength 7, so they benefited from only being able to be wounded on a 4+.
Profits of flesh, yeah. So I'm moving on better than a 4+.
That's it. So the Harlequins
transhuman for everyone.
That's it. The Harlequins don't take away that benefit for
No,
Prophets
because
of
he's
Fleth
playing
there.
travelling players, right? So
Yeah.
you can slot them in and essentially be Drukhari with Harlequins as well. So
1 wound taken there on the shield captain from the racks.
that's not too bad. I'd always take a win on the shield captain for
Decent.
that.
He is a supreme tank of a unit there.
He sure
Just
is.
on his own. So 1 wound is pretty decent from the racks there to say they're not a super killer unit.
Exactly. It's going to be... It looks like Mike's doing the work, you know? Not taking much in return either. But it will really come down to the shooting phase next turn. And then Dylan in turn 3 can actually like come in, do some work, hit back, Void Weavers, do the things. But the problem is the more that Dylan has to dedicate to deal with this, Mike has set up wave 2. You know? He's set up wave 2.
And he's still got Trajan there baiting out some of the Drukhari combat units.
Yeah, exactly. So I imagine Dylan next turn is going to want to send the Void Weavers to deal with this, over here, this shenanigans. But then these bikes come down, come this way, start to be a threat. And then these bikes could be like the second wave and try to jump back onto that objective, giving Mike those strangle points he desperately wants.
That's it. So we're at the end of Mike's turn now. We're just getting the secondary scores coming in. It looks like he scored 3 for grind them down.
Okay.
I don't know if he's managed to score that stranglehold with the racks
It
being
doesn't look
objective
like it,
secured
yeah.
up there. So
the bikes count as 2 models, but they are not objective secured anymore.
Yeah.
So not being able to take that objective has obviously cost him a stranglehold, but he has put himself in a really dominant position where Dylan now has to deal with that shield captain, has to deal with those 3 bikes, or they'll just do the exact same thing. They'll just come in, attack again. You know, that shield captain really good at taking out hordes with his like 5 attacks. If he kills a model, he gets an extra attack. So,
yeah. And confirmation that, yep, no stranglehold, no assassination, just the 3 points from grind them down.
Okay. So he ends his second turn on 23 points, going into Dylan's turn 3. 42 points already. Wowza. 21 on that taken hold, 4 on the engage, 4 on retrieve Nightmonder, 3 on second interrogate. I'm sure you're going to see a couple of those go up this turn, especially psychic interrogation and maybe rod as well, because he does still have a rod in his own deployment zone to do, 1 board half.
That's it.
1 board quarter even, but will he be able to with the Custodes so close to him? Does he have time to make his spreadsheet, or is it time to pick up a weapon and get into the fight?
That's it, yeah. So some tough decisions for Dylan to make here, all revolving around that top objective, which is hotly contested by the
it's
Custodes
going to be
at the
interesting to see how Dylan retaliates. It's going to be really interesting. I don't really know how he deals with everything all at once. That's the problem. Again, Mike doing the right thing, piecemealing where he needs to. It's exactly what he did yesterday. Baited Stuart to send in monster after monster. He dealt with each monster one at a time, and by the time Stuart had done some real damage, he had no monsters left.
That's it, yeah.
So, are we going to see the same happen in this game as well? Maybe that's just Mike's tactics. Set them up, wait for the bait, set the waves, you know? Those bikes, obviously, we know that Custodes are the boogeymen of 40k. We already know this. We can't really dance around it. But those bikes are just so efficient. They have insanely good shooting. They have insanely good combat, and they're very fast.
Right then, guys. So, as we were saying, we've got the racks moving about now. He's going to try and screen off that objective from that other squad of bikes in the middle of the board for when Custodes come into their next turn. He's got to protect that objective, because if Mike can pile in and start pushing this bottom objective as well, it's really going to put Dylan in a tricky position.
Yeah, if Mike gets onto that objective with models as well, that's it. Probably game after that. It's what can you do? You can't deal with all of it. So Dylan has to deal with one at a time, try and take out as much as he can, and prevent the next bit. He can't. If he doesn't stop it happening, it's going to go badly. So
it looks like underneath that lovely head of hair there, we have Drazar up by the L-shaped building. He's staring down the shield captain.
Oh, Drazar will do some work.
We're going to have a combat of the ages if he can get into there.
Oh, yes, that's for sure.
Let's see who can, if he can chop down the Giga Chad that is the shield captain on bike.
Let me tell you about Drazar. He has his T4, 6 wounds, 5 attacks, 2 up save. Okay? He's -1 damage with a 4+ invulnerable save. Okay? He makes stuff fight last, if he can. It's going to be tough against Custodes. He has Hatred Eternal. He rerolls hits and wounds with single blade or dual blade. Probably going to go in with a single blade. It's strength 6, -3, 3 damage. Or if you have a dual blades, it's strength 5, -3, 2 damage, but it makes 2 additional attacks. That's either 5 attacks at 3 damage or 7 attacks at 2 damage, rerolling hits and wounds.
Interesting decision to make on the Drukhari player's part, as well as all of Drazar's awesome stat line and special rules. He's got probably the biggest difference that will be made in this combat, the Succubus going in to tag team that shield captain with him.
It's a double team. It's a dream team. I should say as well that Drazar can obviously fight twice as well.
Double activation on there.
He can, yeah. Murderous Assault. It's going to be selected to fight 1 additional time in each fight phase.
So it's looking unlikely that shield captain's going to still be there.
He's going to go in.
But the bikes are still up in that top, on the top side of that of our screen here. So the bikes are still going to be a big threat. Yeah, the shield captain's killy and tanky on his own, but you've also got the rest of the bikes to deal with. Can he take advantage of potentially some of the Void Reavers shooting potentially up into that top side of the table to remove some of those bikes, or is he going to have to commit his troops up there this early?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think the Void Weavers have really got to carry him this turn. Really got to carry him. So it's going to be interesting again how Dillian's reactions to Mike's really aggressive assault. There's 6 bikes in that top corner, and if the Succubus or Drazar gets charged before, obviously Drazar being quite defensive with that -1 damage, that 4+ invul, but the Succubus, they are easy to kill. They are very easy to kill.
Yeah, they are. Oh, they are delicate.
Yeah, we've lost the Void Weaver to the warp because I think the base has just broken off.
Oh.
There we go. I think we sorted it. I think we're all good.
Interesting decision to make as well. The Drukhari player doesn't want to engage Drazar down the bottom. He needs him to keep alive, to keep scoring the interrogation points, because if that shield captain disappears this turn, obviously he'll need Trajan to be kept alive as the only remaining character to score that.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's true. Yeah, because obviously
psychic interrogation.
Yeah, because Shadow Sealed the Psyker on this board, so. There we go, you can see.
We're looking into this combat here. Yeah. So you can see the shield captain on your left, those bikes on the right. Can we see the Drazar? Is that Drazar in the center of our screen there?
No, it isn't. That's just a troop, I think, or maybe it's just a I'm not sure.
Let's have a look in the other camera and see what we can see.
Drazar is...
I think I can see him towards the top of the screen.
Well, it might be quite a long charge.
That looks like Drazar up there.
I wonder how long that charge is. It looks like quite long. Not an easy charge for Dylan. As you can see, it's just with those Void Weavers, you know? So if he does further charge, he's protected because he's within 3 inches of a vehicle, but I'm sure Dylan will really want to make that charge his turn. It looks like he's throwing out some racks as well.
Yeah, the racks in the center of the board. That's it. So we've got confirmation from the players. Mike, he's going to have a tough time keeping these bikes alive this turn because everything from the Eldar side is going towards those bikes. He really wants rid of those bikes this turn.
It's crucial. If Dylan doesn't take out the bikes are going to carry the game, you know?
Yeah.
And then, obviously, he's got some more bikes hidden behind the L, right in the middle of the board, just in those trees. But after that, he's got a palace that can move. He's got the dreadnoughts. They can move, but they're not that fast. They're good, but they're quite far away.
They're also stuck up in the top right side of the screen.
So it'll take him a long time to bring them back down and get them back into the fight.
Yeah, they're faster than regular Custodes, but by no means are they anywhere near as fast as those bikes.
But again, Dylan could just sit on those 3 objectives in his own territory, you know, because obviously he's got this entire board half.
Yeah.
He could just stay there, enjoy there, and then that's it. Done.
Yeah, score a few points on engage. He's going to deny the stranglehold there if he does that. So he really needs rid of these bikes.
Yeah, because again, Mike's gone for some really killy secondaries this game. So, really, really killy secondaries.
Right, so it is time.
It's time
for the Blitz. He's
the
coming.
Blitz. Where is
the
he
Solitaire.
going? Where's he going?
Can we get a position on the Solitaire?
Where's the Solitaire gone?
Here he is.
Let's find out.
Centerboard. It's a Solitaire going after those middle bike squads, just in the middle of those 2 L's there.
Is that what we're saying?
That's Tom pointing out the Solitaire.
Have we got a camera on the Solitaire? Have we got a camera on the Solitaire?
No, so no position there on the Solitaire because of the buildings.
No, he's hiding.
He is sent
He's hiding
screen.
so he can't be overwatched. That's what he's doing.
Excellent. Very tactical there. So this could prove the turn that decides it all. Solitaire, can he kill 3 Custodes bikes? He's going to do some damage.
Let's have a look at the stat. Oh, I don't think we have the updated stat line, sadly. Because our very, very good Games Workshop app doesn't work. And I think this is the old rules on our other handy app.
So just while
Yeah,
Mike is
they're
looking that
the
up, we've got
old
the
rules,
Star
haven't they?
Weaver falling out of the bikes.
Cringe.
Freeing up them to be shot at via the Void Reavers.
But Solitaire's a little nasty boy. That's all we need to know. Very nasty.
Well, the proof will be in the pudding. Can he kill those Custodes bikes?
Yep.
I think potentially one. Do some damage on the second. I don't think he's got enough to kill all three.
No, but
they are
killing
very
a couple,
tanky.
killing one or two is going to be very nice, you know?
Yeah.
It's just less of a counterpunch straight back, which is important. The Solitaire could even stand up to him if he goes lucky with those invulnerables, you know?
Yeah.
If he can stand up to those bikes, and bikes are going to have to fall back. They can't charge afterwards. But as Gersley says, the Solitaire won't kill all the bikes, but can probably tank them with a 3+ invuln. So
Yeah.
that's going to be interesting. Very interesting.
That's
Obviously, a blitz once per game, 3+ invuln.
Yeah.
Loads of extra attacks.
That's it. And while Dylan's focusing on those bikes, he's also got his attention to scoring some secondaries. We've got a unit of racks coming down in the bottom right-hand corner. They're going to get some engaging all front points. They're also going to probably Knackman point there.
Right
let's have a look at those.
There they are, right in that top corner. Thanks, Elliot. Great job. So they've got retrieved Knackman data.
Yep.
R&D on this side. So that's 3/4 of the board now. So that is another 4 points on there for Dylan, which is very cool. Very cool. And also engage, as you said. Yeah, engage on all fronts. That's going to be a 6-point swing by dropping those racks there.
Yeah.
Only giving Mike 1 kill point. Pretty good trade.
That's it.
Pretty good trade.
Yeah. Not only are we trading units, we're trading those secondaries, particularly with the tertiary offering those kill points as well. Up to 3 there.
Because obviously Mike's going to have to dedicate something back to deal with them, or they're just going to sit there and get another engage. They don't have to even have to do anything else in this game. Again, Dylan's gone for a much more like defensive, kind of wait it out type game with these secondaries. Like just cast a few psychic powers and be everywhere. Whereas Mike has to get out and kill stuff, which is what Custodes do best, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is what they do best. But can he do enough? That's the question. Invuns are rife. Invuns are rife on this board, you know? All the Harlequins have a 4+ invuln, all the Custodes have a 4+ invuln, all the Eldar have a 6+ or better.
Yep.
So sometimes the dice are just dice and they spike, you know? The Custodes aren't tearing through everything automatically. So
we've also got the lone Mandrake coming back into their back, the Dark Eldor's backfield.
Oh.
I think this is him just here.
Just behind
the
the
pale
Void
blue
Reavers.
figure in the middle of Dylan's deployment zone. Just there. I believe that's to get the engage on all fronts if he's fully in that table quarter with everything else moving up and away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's because maybe... I think he's probably have it anyway, because obviously engage on all fronts would be something like this. But maybe he's not realised it, because it's gone back into reserve, he could bring it down 10, 4, or 5. Maybe he's thought, it's turn 3, I've got to bring it in. So, maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
We can also see some dice appearing near the near the Shadow Seer there. So she actually perils on a double 6 and took some mortal wounds, casting psychic interrogation.
But she did get those 3 points. That's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
Can she stay alive though? She can't afford another perils there because she lost a significant amount of wounds from that perils. If she suffers another one, that'll be it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, this is true.
In terms of psychic interrogation.
So, you know, 6 points on psychic terror is pretty good, though. 9 would be nice. 12 would be better. 12 would be better. Single Mandrake doesn't count for engage. Yeah, this is true. I don't think he really needs it, though. I think he's quite comfortable with engage without the single Mandrake being involved. Because obviously it has to be a unit of 3 or more now.
Yeah.
Or a vehicle.
That's it. Now we've got some command points being spent. Mike is transhumaning some of the bikes up top of the screen. They're being shot at by the Void Reavers.
These ones, I imagine.
I believe
the ones
so,
just
yes.
next to the objective.
The closest ones, yep, that's it.
Because the Void Reavers are going to do some work. So,
yeah, they are
like
no
only 3
slouches
wounds.
when it comes to shooting, particularly at heavy, tanky targets like the bikes.
yeah. So, we're going to find out just how many bikes are going to get killed. I think this is going to be...
No damage, no bikes killed. One is down to 1 wound, though, so far.
Oh, dear.
That was from one Void Reaver, I believe.
Is that from the prismatic cannons? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Oh, bad roll from that
That's not
prismatic
good.
cannon there.
That's not good. Prismatic cannons are very good at killing bikes, and they didn't kill a single one. So.
Yeah, rough dice there from the Eldar player.
Very interesting. Interesting set of events. Will the counterpunch do the job? We've killed 2 bikes by the looks of it in total.
2 bikes coming off there.
We killed 2 bikes. Is that enough? I don't think it is. I think he really could have done with killing all of those bikes so the rest of the army could focus on the other bikes coming in.
So that is all the Void Reavers shot now, leaving 1 bike in that squad on his own.
And 5 wounds by the looks of it.
Yeah, yeah. So will there be any more shooting into that lone bike? Or is he going to have to commit some close combat units up there to deal with him?
Sorry?
Yeah, just some small arms fire coming in now to try and get rid of that bike. We've got the Sky Weavers, Star Weavers. Sorry, I keep saying Sky Weavers. I don't know why. Some Star Weavers putting some small arms fire from their guns into that last bike. He's going to have to try and get rid of that bike with shooting, otherwise it's going to be a pain to get some close combat up towards that. Yeah,
exactly, mate. I agree.
4 wounds remaining on that bike now. So he's only taken 1 so far.
Single wound so far.
Sky Weavers.
Just shooting some piddly shots. You know, a couple of pistols here and there, a couple of little shuriken shots everywhere. What's going to be interesting is does Drazar does Drazar make the charge? That's going to be the big
yeah,
one,
this will be the decider, yeah. Can Drazar make that charge, and also can the Succubus get in there as well? I think the Succubus has got a significantly shorter charge than Drazar, but he'll probably be the deciding factor in that combat.
I think so.
So some damage done to that shield captain in shooting. We'll find out what that was from in a second.
Very nice.
And some more command points being spent there by the looks of things.
Reroll the damage, I imagine.
Mike's just giving us the lowdown now.
Also, he just made an 11-inch charge with Drazar. Made it in right in combat. Hell yeah, this is going to be exciting. We need a close-up on that combat.
Shadow Seer shooting the shield captain there. It was the Shadow Seer.
Oh, is there not just been a charge? I think you might be a little bit behind there because Drazar just moved like 11 inches.
Yeah, that's Drazar going in there, so he has made his charge.
There you go.
We can see him challenging that shield captain in the center of your screen.
There he is.
We've also got a troop going into that bike by the looks of things. They've made a 9-inch charge. So he is. And the Succubus is in with the shield captain also. Oof. Might be the end for the shield captain.
Oh, there we go. It's party time. It's party time for the Drukhari Quins. No clanning around on this battle.
The circus is indeed in town. So let's get a good look at a positioning. We've got troops going into the middle unit, probably followed by the Solitaire as well.
Yeah, he's just trying to do damage. Damage control, you know?
Yeah.
Get rid of a couple of bikes, less of a counter punch, you know? But I think Mike still has another unit of 3, quite fresh up at the top, just underneath Dylan now. Just slightly right of the centre of the board, top right, just above the objective. Yep. So still another unit of bikes to deal with, which I don't think he's got enough to dedicate with this turn. So
yeah, ideally you wanted that potentially the troop to be eyeing up that 3rd unit of bikes at the top of the screen. Maybe next turn, once some Void Reavers are shot into them, but will that be enough time to delete them the next turn? Or are they going to just steamroll their way through the Drukhari?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting now. Who can make the better in-runs? You know, can the Custodes tank all the shots? Or will the Drukhari kill them all before they get in through there? So, but then it's just a case of if the Custodes do survive, can they do enough damage in response? Because those spears not getting +1 to wound because they didn't charge this turn. So only wounded on 3s against a lot of like Drazar, for example. Yeah. They are strength 6 though, so they're going to be wounding like the Solitaire and stuff on 2s anyway, so that literally doesn't matter. But against Drazar especially, he's so tough anyway, with a -1 damage, you want to be able to you won't be able to get +1 to wound against him, which would be nice.
Some command points being spent by Dylan here to do deal out mortal wounds when he charges in with his troops against the middle squad of bikes as well.
Is that the Embrace, I believe? Or maybe the Caress? One of those. There's mortal wounds on impact anyway. What's going on with those dreads in the top right? Mike's they were dealing some racks last turn, so they've kind of been left behind, kind of like being a little bit underutilized in this game. They'll be very nice to be thrown out to be dealing with some of the vehicles, maybe some of the racks just to get in the grill. But yeah, so prime Void Reaver targets though, but it's just left Dylan to be able to just deal with the bikes rather than the Custodes afterwards. So
yeah, I don't think any mortal wounds were actually dealt by the troop
sad.
unit there.
That's sad. It's the Embracers. Thanks, guys.
4 mortal wounds. Sorry, 4 mortal wounds going in there. It
Billy,
was.
stop misfeeding his information.
They've just put the wound markers on there. I think they were just doing all the mortal wounds at once, so we do apologise for that. So 4 mortal wounds going into that bike unit as a result of the stratagem just there. It was,
this one here
wasn't as much as
middle.
possible because it only affects those that do make it actually into that engagement range.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the full troop being able to take advantage of that.
Have we got a close-up? That's not the one. That's the other combat that's going on. We haven't got any close-ups on that yet. We'll get one. We'll get one.
So, because of the bike's bases being so big, he was able to get in there. Right, so let's keep looking at this top-downs. We've got the Solitaire moving in now. Just some rearranging into that middle bike squad. We've not started doing rolling now. Let's have a look here. So we got a good view. We've got that troop on the left-hand side and the 3 bikes in the middle. You can see one's on 1 wound there on the right-hand side.
What a shot. What
Mike
a beautiful
allocating
shot.
those wounds to as far away from the troop as possible so we can get the max amount of fights if someone dies.
Yeah, this has been interesting. It's going to be really interesting, I think. It's a really, really interesting game. Again, just how this combat go, it's going to be the decider.
That's it, yeah. We've just got confirmation as well of fight last onto the shield captain from the Dark Eldar. He's really going to be putting pressure on that shield captain. He wants rid of him now.
Yeah, being able to make him fight last, he gets a bunch of attacks in combat, so you want to be able to just deal with him before he hits you back.
That's it. Again, damage mitigation from the Dark Eldar. So the troop's going to attack first in this combat. Let's find out. The troop at the bottom of the screen, is this against the 3 Custodes bikes? Yep.
This one here, a bunch of attacks there.
Yep, so
Mine
this is
2
all
AP.
of the troops' attacks.
These are all 2 damage. These are going to be
2
really
damage
good.
attacks.
This is going to be really good. He's going to be 5s to wound, I believe. That's the problem. Let's see how many wounds he can get through. Let's just see how much damage he can do. I think it's 5s. Because I think they're only strength 4, the old embracers and kisses and what have you.
Here we go.
It's like 3, 4, or is it even 6s? All the T6. 6s to wound.
Toughness 6, yeah. Big factor in that.
He does fail 2. That's 4 damage. That's 1 dead bike. That's not that great.
One was
though.
on 1 wound as well, so.
That's not that great.
No.
Killed a few, but the Solitaire is yet to fight.
It leaves 1 on
4 wounds.
4 wounds left there.
I'm sure that should be 3 though, because they're 2 damage. Well, maybe there's something's happened that we just missed. That's okay.
Potentially, yeah.
Because they have 5 wounds each, you know, 2 damage. So.
We got some more extra shots coming in here. Is this the Solitaire's attacks, or is this some secondary weapons from the troop? Yeah, secondary weapons from the troops here.
Okay.
And it looks like Mike made his saves.
Might be the big unit of troop with the swords, not the caressers.
Right.
A couple of caressers, but some swords in there.
Swords
so the swords
as well,
are
yeah.
damage.
Yep,
that's
that
what
sounds like
what
that's
it was.
the one that's happened.
Silly
So
me, my apologies. There we go.
clearing off that the second bike there, leaving 1 on 3 wounds.
Only 3 wounds to the Solitaire.
Half a bike left.
Can the Solitaire do 3 wounds? Probably.
I should imagine he can.
I imagine he's going to go next. Are we going with the Solitaire next?
So the troops finish that combat there. Some mortal wounds being dished out by their weapons, and obviously the saves as well.
What's the next combat? Let's find out. Looks like Mike's fighting. Oh, we're getting a nice slide. That was a beautiful slide. Well done.
So we've got some interrupts going on here. Mike has interrupted to fight with that last bike, I believe, into the troop. So if we're just back in the center combat here, yeah. So he's fighting the troops with that center bike. Is that?
No, we're up at the top.
Top of the boat.
We're up at the top, Bill. That's why we're looking here.
Top.
This is the combat that's happening.
My mistake, sorry. Yeah, so that bike has interrupted against a troop. He's going to try and mitigate as much damage coming in from that troop as possible. We've seen how deadly they can be against the other squad of bikes. He doesn't want that lone bike getting destroyed.
Yep. So just getting confirmation what's going to go next. It looks like Dylan's going to strike back.
Yep. So we got Solitaire time now.
Solitaire right in the center. We don't have a view on it. Don't worry.
No, we don't.
I got it. You're good.
So into the lone bike, Solitaire in the middle of the board.
Just chilling in here into this lone biker.
How much damage can he do?
He's only got 3 wounds remaining, you know. Only got 3 wounds. I imagine he can probably do it.
Yeah,
there
so
we go.
he's in there somewhere. He's going to fight that 3 runes remaining bike.
Looks like a bunch of attacks coming through. Solitaire with the blitz this turn. Being able to do so much
3
damage.
wounds dealt with 3 saves. How many did he make?
Looks like he failed at least one.
There goes that bike. That's him gone.
He goes. There's the Solitaire.
He's hiding there. Look,
Chilling.
we can see him.
Comes out, he goes. Interesting turn of events. Dylan successfully been able to deal with 1 unit of bikes, putting his big troop unit right on Mike's ball. But what does Mike have left to deal with it? Some bodyguard? A palace?
Yeah, we've got Trajan down the bottom with his warden. We've got 1 palace on the right-hand side.
Yep.
And the 2 dreadnoughts in the top
corner. To hold that
corner.
objective, he's got nothing. So he's going to have to come out to hold that objective. Or he's going to have to or ignore it and leave charging on the objective and just chill. So it's going to be interesting. I imagine we've got Drazar coming next. We got Drazar coming next now.
Yep.
We've got a right view. Here we go. We got Drazar going into the shield captain. That should be very exciting. Here we go.
No Drazar. I think this is the troop going into that lone bike. Yep. So let's see. We got the wounds coming in now. So there goes some 4 wounds dealt from there. And 4 saves. 2 failed, is that?
My apologies. It's true. Into bike. Goodbye,
and the bike has gone. The troop successfully killing that bike off just there.
Wowzer. What a turn of events. Taking out 5 bikes. No, 6 bikes this turn.
That's it. They're reeling onto that objective as well to get more objective secure bodies on that objective just there.
Now, what do we have left to fight? We do have the Succubus. We've got Drazar all into that shield captain, right? That's the only combat left.
Yep, I believe so. So the shield captain is fighting last. Don't forget.
Exactly. Very exciting.
Let's see who's going to fight first. Will it be the Succubus or Drazar? This is Drazar's attacks coming in.
Holy shit, is he gone with the big attacks by the looks of it?
Yep, and the rerolls have been turned off by Mike as well. So command points being spent there.
Oh, it fails both his in
both
ones,
saves
though.
Gone.
He's got superior creation, 5 but feel no pains. They're 3 damage each, Billy.
Youch.
Oofed. Down to what? 3 wounds? 3 wounds?
And Drazar activating again straight away there.
No holds barred.
Drazar wants the shield captain's head.
Here we go. Look at all those attacks coming in. What a beefcake.
So wounds now.
Obviously no rerolls, so that's the only downside. Looks like a couple of wounds got through. We got a couple of invuns to come in.
How many saves?
Oh,
that's a lot of saves failed there.
Looks like he went for the sweep attack for just 2 damage, but still, that's 12 damage. And he's out of there.
Gone.
Off we go.
Shield
what
captain
a turn.
destroyed.
What a comeback from the Drukhari right there. Taking out 2 units of 3 bikes. A shield captain. Billy, that's like 700 points.
I know. Wowzers.
Damn, son.
Wowzers.
Damn. What a turn. Well done, Dylan. I mean, he's showing just how good these Drukhari and Harlequins can be. You know?
So, is that a worthwhile trade from Mike, or has he just lost one of the key pieces to his army there?
I think that was probably not. That's not gone in Mike's favor whatsoever. I think that's like a really big turn of events. Mike showing just because of the secondaries he's taken with Stranglehold, he had to dedicate. He had to come out because again, Dylan could have just sat in his deployment zone, not get touched by the Custodes, and just lose all those secondaries and just keep gaining psychic interrogation, and Mike would just lose. Whereas Mike had to dedicate, and it looks like he's just got pied.
That's it, yeah.
He got the pie. The Solitaire was waiting around the corner like a silly clown that he is. Slapped him in the face with the cream pie.
That's it.
That was not good at all.
So, the secondaries is coming in there. Dylan up to 54 points. I don't know if he'll gain any more as they calculate, but
24 for taking hold for all those kill points as well. Engaging on front 6 because I think he needs an extra. No, he's only got the extra points to retrieve Nat Mundata, and he's got 2 points or two attempts at psychic interrogation for 6 points.
Yeah, and Mike just saying there that he is not feeling good about the rest of this game. It looks like Dylan's taken too much of a lead for Mike to deal with here.
Losing 7 bikes, one of them being a shield captain in 1 turn is not fun.
That is a big hit to Mike's plan.
Now, if Dylan had only killed the 3 and the shield captain at the top of the screen, just these, and Mike still had three bikes sat here, and 3 bikes sat here, I think he'd be in a really strong position. But managing to take out all of those bikes all together has really put him on the back foot. Especially with his dreadnoughts too far away, especially with only 1 palace to grab attack left. With nothing to be able to hold this objective except for Trajan. He's one of his main characters. Trajan still sat here with his bodyguard, so can't be interacted with. but also that's a lot of points sat there to hold one objective.
Yeah, some really tough decisions to make by Mike now. Can he do enough? And yeah, some self-doubt coming in from Mike here. So it looks like he's moving Trajan up to deal with that troop there.
He's going to have to, yeah.
He needs to get rid of that troop, otherwise they're just going to collapse in on him next turn.
So they made Drukhari better by giving them free Harlequins. Yeah, they did. So the Drukhari really got nerfed with the losing core on the Talos and all the shenanigans on there. But being able to plug in Harlequins with all the really just efficient backline shooting that Drukhari don't have. Having the Solitaire as well, which is really nice. Troops are pretty decent in Drukhari, but again, he's relying on Drazar and the Succubus, and then the backline shooting of the old Void Weavers. So.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So it looks like Trajan's actually going after the Solitaire, throwing out an old school challenge.
Makes sense.
It's a big hero hammer game, this one. We've had Drazar take on the shield captain, and now Trajan taking on the Solitaire there. Yeah,
he's had to send in the Palace to hold that objective now, so I don't think that'll be staying around for long. He's going to have to get lucky, but if the Void Weavers go, you know what, we'll just deal with that, and Drazar is going to go after the bikes, then GG.
Yeah. And the Warden's actually being dragged out now to deal with those racks in the bottom right-hand corner. That's really putting the position of Mike's deployment zone out of whack here. So Trajan, no bodyguard from any shooting that comes in against him because they're too far away. He's also moving those Wardens away from the objectives that he needs to hold for these secondary points and primary points.
I don't think Dylan even attacked with his Succubus last turn, right? I think he just went with Drazar twice.
Yeah,
if it was me, I would have gone Drazar, Succubus, then Drazar again, just to make sure. But, well, I mean, he's still done it. He's still done it. This Eldar Custodes on the high table. Yeah, both of these players on 3 wins. There are currently 3 tables, all with winners on. There is a Harlequins mirror match. There is this table, Harlequins / Drukhari versus Custodes. Yep. And there's also Custodes versus Blood Axes. So,
very interesting.
Very interesting. Don't understand Stranglehold and 6 objectives. Again, sometimes there's just not very good objectives to go for. You know, secondaries are hard in this game.
That's it. So let's take a look at these Wardens being dragged out of position there. You see them moving out of that L-shaped ruin at the top to deal with those racks at the bottom. They have to go
for them racks, right?
They've got to be removed. Yeah.
That's extra grind them down because obviously Dylan killed 3 units and Mike's going to kill 4 this turn with such a small army. I don't think it's going to be very easy to do.
That's it, yeah.
So looks like he's dedicating his bikes to go after the middle.
Yeah,
sneak off some of those infantry units. He's got to get strangled. I don't think he's going to get strangled this turn. But there we go.
No. So so it looks like Mike is positioning here. He's got to keep away from these characters. If they heroically intervene, they're going to cause an awful mess amongst those bikes.
Fighting once is bad enough.
Yeah, let alone now
Mike has the CP to turn off the rerolls, which is obviously super strong from Custodes, but yeah, Drazar's still a machine. Still a machine. So
that's why those bikes are positioned right up against that ruin there. He's got Drazar and Succubus towards the middle of that objective. He wants to keep the right side of the racks away from those characters.
Yeah, for sure. Jordan said this has been a great game so far. It has been an excellent game so far. So if you are enjoying it, then do let us know. Say something in chat. Say hello. Say this is awesome. Say PogChamp. You can just like the stream if you want to. If you really just want to support the channel, you can become a member today, or you can send a super chat and you'll be entered to win an Eldritch Omens box set as well. !win in chat to find out how. There you go. The troop. Lining up, Trajan being like, get off my lawn.
That's it. And I believe we're going into Custodes shooting phase now. Okay. Let's see what damage Mike can do from there.
Is that the salvo launchers still from 3 bikes?
Yeah, 3 bikes with salvo launchers. He's also got that Palace tank left.
They might even be close now. Potentially hitting Void Weavers on 4s if they really want to. But it should be interesting.
So we're starting off here, Wardens into the racks. Let's see how much damage he can do with these guns. Hopefully he doesn't have to try and charge them, because that'll drag him further away from where he needs to be. Hopefully the guns are enough to take away those racks.
Jordan, the Tau, actually all the Tau players lost their first game. Pretty convinced that they're just trying to tank their win rate so they don't get nerfed in the next balance update. Oof. All the Tau decided to lose the first game collectively.
Yes, again, Gareth, such a good game.
It's been good.
Yeah.
Excellent players, excellent armies, beautiful armies as well. Really cool compositions. Obviously, Mike taking the Palace attack, which not many people do, but I like them. It's cheap and fast. Like 100 points. So, like mini land speeders, but better.
That's it. So some of the troops being removed here, just from some small arms fire.
Yeah, you got Trajan, you got the Palace with the repeater, because obviously the Palace attack has multiple ways to fire. One that's really good against vehicles, one that's really good against infantry, so it's really interesting.
That's it. Are we going to lose any more of this troop? Looks like so. So he's just taking from inside the ruin. 2 more troops being removed there.
Demonic Teddy, GW, please make all your detachments from the same sub-faction. Keyword. Also GW, Drukhari's.
That's it.
Clown emojis. Let's get some clown emojis in chat for Games Workshop. Right, in Billy rules. And also, Gumbelina, thank you very much for that 5, man. You legendary person. You legendary person. Thank you very much. Let me get you in the giveaway to win an Eldritch Omens box set, so you too can break keywords with Harlequins and your new Eldar force.
Hey. So we're staying on this troop just here. More small arms fire coming in from Trajan.
Yeah, just got to go in so there's less to deal with. Trajan's good. He's really beefy, but he doesn't have that great deal of attack. He don't have like a swing attack. He's basically just got 5 with a Misericordia. So I telling you guys, I made a video about it, but Harlequins are the next big problem. I think we're being shown just how big of a problem they're going to be.
Definitely, yeah. Dylan, great position here. He's got the troop actually screen off the solitaire there from Trajan, so he's going to have to shoot off those troops before he can charge that solitaire.
Yeah.
Because
no blitz
that's
anymore,
the real target that he wants to get into. Yep, no blitz.
Solitaire can't blitz. He's
damage reduction there from the solitaire.
He's drank his monster. He's had his energy rush. He's had his adrenaline.
Now he's got the come down.
Now he's on the come down, yeah. Now he's on the come down. He wants a nap. He's still good, but, you know, he's very tired. Very, very tired. Thank you for sharing those clown emojis, everyone in chat.
The laughing god is pleased.
Let's laugh at Games Workshop for writing terrible rules all the time. I love Games Workshop. It's just their rules department make interesting decisions. Interesting being the key word in this one. But thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you're all having a fantastic morning. This is round 4 of Last of the Summer WineHAMMER 2. One more game after this. A dead Void Reaver. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, that's the salvo launchers picking up a Void Reaver there, and I think one's just been knocked off its stand, so it will return momentarily.
Understandable. But thank you very much. This is round 4. We do have another game coming this afternoon. We'll have the final. Probably Harlequins. Probably Harlequins. Maybe. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but charge phase coming in now. Only 1 Void Reaver picked up by those salvo launchers.
Here we go. Is it Trajan? Trajan going in?
Yeah, he's going to go around that troop to get into that solitaire. He really wants rid of him.
Do we have a view? We do. Here we go. He's going to give it a go. Looking like a 7-inch charge or so.
Yeah, 6 or 7 needed there.
He's going to go for it. We're about to find out what it is. Here we go. He's thinking. Trajan's having a bit of a stutter.
Yeah, decisions here. He's got a 6-inch charge to the solitaire.
Do I want to do this? I don't know. Who knows?
Or he's got a 3-inch charge into that troop. Decisions to decisions.
Ooh, interesting. Now, Mike has the CP to play with, you know? He's got 6 command points left.
Certainly do, Strider. That Chaos book needs to be good. I'm begging for Night Lords to be good again.
It does really need to be good, and you could get there early with this Eldritch Omens box set. That's what I'm saying.
You potentially could. Make sure you enter that giveaway.
We'll talk more. There you go. Trajan into the solitaire.
He's in
with an 8-inch charge. Hell
what
yeah.
a lad! He's going for that solitaire. He wants his head on a spike.
Also, Siegler said that Harlequins will be worse in the game than Town Custodes. I said that Harlequins will be worse in the game than Town Custodes. Again, I made a video. If you want to go watch
Strategic analysis from Mikey. Make sure you check out that video.
I had Tom help out with that analysis. We had the Branalysis. You know what I'm saying? Tom
2 masterminds on the case.
So it should be really interesting. Really, really interesting. I'm very excited to see how these combats go. Mike having to really do some work this turn. OP Codex versus OP Codex is an interesting game indeed. I think that's the only way to watch Warhammer these days. You need the OP Codexes to go against each other to make it interesting. Otherwise,
particularly when they're piloted by extremely talented players like we've got here.
Exactly. So here we go. We got some more charges.
Mike's doing his attacks into Drazar. Sorry, this is his charge into Drazar with the bikes. He wants to remove him from the game.
Yeah,
he's a big threat.
Makes sense. Now, the Succubus is easy to kill. It has the mortal wounds, but it does have that 4+ save against it. But Drazar is nasty. He has to send CP against him to stop him re-rolling. Because if he's re-rolling all hits and wounds, it's just GG.
He's a very dangerous character. Mike's just said it is a gamble. 2 damage from the Boxset into Drukhari. Is it going to be enough to kill him?
Here we go.
Yeah, Drukhari, of course, having that -1 damage. That's why they'd be only 2 damage coming in from each successful wound from those bikes.
Beautiful charge there. But I just don't know if Mike's going to have to really do some work, because look at all that obsec on that objective, Bill. Look at all that objective secured. Those bikes count as 2 models, but when you're a little troop boy who goes, wait, I've secured it objectively, you're just very sad. Very sad indeed. Strider saying, Ave Dominus Nox. What's that?
Ave Dominus Nox. We come in midnight clad.
They sure do. They sure do. Maybe they'll be good one day, Bill.
I'll make
As
them
an avid Night Lords player, do you hope they can become good?
I hope they become good.
Yeah.
I hope they become like a solid B tier.
B tier, not A tier, because then they'll get nerfed.
Solid B tier. I can still feel like the underdog.
Maybe you'll have to, if they become A tier, you'll have to take them to a tournament and lose the first round to make sure the win rate gets killed.
Look, nobody make Night Lords overpowered. I want to use them for as long as possible. Please don't be gamey with them, guys. I'm begging you, please. Don't give me a buff and then immediately a nerf, please.
Excellent, excellent. Looks like the bikes are going to be starting the combat this turn.
Excellent positioning there from Mike. No heroic intervention from that Succubus. He's just in with that Drukhari just there.
If he threw the Succubus in there, I would dedicate a bike into the Succubus, because they only have like 5 wounds. So, he charged his turn, so he's hitting on win on 2s. Emperor's Chosen reroll there as well.
The Archon's also in there that he wants to avoid as well. So
2s to wound now because of +1 to wound. T4, Lancers get +1 to wound. We've got a bunch of saves coming in. Misericordias as well, because it's all damage 1, because obviously Drukhari reduces damage. So just rolling them all together. And here
saves
we go.
Coming in.
We've got the saves coming in for Drukhari.
What we've got.
He looks like he's made 2 of them out of 3. So that's only 3 damage.
And some extra ones going in there.
That's feeling the pains.
Drukhari is not killed there. He's going to take some damage, but...
How many wounds does he have left? He has 2 wounds left. Oofed. Now Drukhari gets to strike back.
Yep. Let's go. Spread the Night Lords love, Strider. Thank you for the super chat.
10 Australian dollar dues. Really appreciate it, buddy. Very, very kind of you. Very,
Trajan
very kind
Solitaire.
indeed.
Let's can we skip to that combat? Is that on the left camera?
There it is.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Lovely transition there. Thank you,
we can just see Trajan through the window. And Strider, thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Make sure you join our Discord, because if you do win this box set, it's going to be much easier to contact you on there.
So this is Trajan's attacks now. Will he kill this Solitaire? Is he going to be enough to deal with him? So that looks like 4 wounds there. Solitaire saves coming in. Taking 1 at a time. So that's 2 saves, 3 saves.
Rolling 1 at a time. Very, very nervous for that little Solitaire. Probably thinking about command point reroll. If you roll them 1 at a time, you can think about re-rolling them early. And potentially thinking, oh, maybe I've got 4 more to make. I don't know.
That's it. Was that some damage rolls coming in from Trajan, or was that the Misericordia?
Misericordia, they don't roll that. They don't really have variable damage in combat anymore. It's all pretty much all damage 2 in combat for the infantry.
So I don't think that Solitaire's going anywhere by the looks of this.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like the Solitaire's still alive. So we're just going to think. But obviously Trajan can also fight twice. Should he break the moment shackle and think, at this moment, I really need to kill Solitaire. So...
No wounds being dealt to the Solitaire. We have confirmation. It looks like Trajan's activating again.
Because of the blitz, you know. Lots and lots of wounds go through. And we got some saves coming in, I think.
So not the activation yet. This is another combat.
Which other combat is it?
Warden's making combat with the racks. This is these
in the bottom corner. Yeah, That's okay. That's okay. Not such an exciting combat, but there you go. You can see the turn of events there. The bike's right in there. Avoid Weaver down, so less shooting to combat in.
And those racks have disappeared.
The racks are dead. That's fair enough.
They've been chopped to pieces by the axe of the Wardens.
The Wardens just come back into our bottom corner, as you can see. The 3 Wardens clearing up those 5 racks and running back. So getting his secondary, grind them down, getting that break them body and soul. The tertiary of this mission, kill points, etc.
That's it. So this is Solitaire into Trajan now. We'll
in that building.
Yeah.
In that building. Very exciting.
So before Trajan can activate again, we've got to see how much damage he can do towards Trajan.
It's worth going again though with that 3+ invuln. It's kind of
Saves coming in.
Oofed. Looks like he's failed one save.
Fail. And how much damage is a Solitaire?
I think it's 2. Maybe 3.
2 damage here.
2 damage.
Oh, 1 at a time. That's why. That's why.
Ah,
so these saves coming in 1 at a time.
It looks like he's taking some wounds, but he's definitely not dead.
Yeah, 3 wounds remaining there on Trajan.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting indeed. Will he break the moment shackle and fight again?
This is it. Are we going again? We've got some more attacks here. Is this from the troop? That's it. Trying to kill Trajan with the troop here before he can activate again. Yeah,
makes sense. Makes sense. Trying to do as much damage as possible to try and kill him before out. Has he just died? I think he might have just died. He just failed 3 saves.
Yeah, some damage definitely coming in there. So 6 rolled from Mike. Let's see what happens.
Tom's going to tell us, is that Trajan on 1 wound? We're going to find out.
Yeah, Trajan, no damage taken.
Oh, no damage taken. My
still
apologies.
on 3 wounds, Trajan.
Okay.
Have we got some CP being spent? Yeah. So he actually didn't want to kill him because of the psychic interrogation point. So Trajan is being kept alive.
Of course, Dylan having that secondary has to interrogate a character if he kills Trajan. That is 1 point for breaking the body and soul.
These sneaky elves.
But it is nothing on psychic interrogation if he does die. There may be better the enemy you know in this game. Try to keep that psychic interrogation for next turn. So
looking here where
Drazar going back.
Drazar's attacked and killed 1 bike just there.
time. Draz time to go. Hey, thank you much for the 2. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Kenny McKenzie. Hellstormwargaming making COVID isolation flyby. Thanks. Well, thanks to you for tuning in. And thank you very much for that £2. Really appreciate it. Let me get you getting the giveaway, Kenny.
Thanks.
Kenny McKenzie. Let's
Rack's
get that in
going
there.
into the bikes now. We've got 1 bike on 2 wounds remaining. Can they kill the second bike there?
The Racks, they do have they have a couple of attacks. They're not super high strength, but just like a weight of dice, might be able to get a few. They've got a good AP, Blade Artist as well, so they've rolled a 6 to wound. It looks like they've done another wound. It's on
1 wound
wounds,
there,
or
so
1 wound remaining.
Brings him down to 1 wound remaining.
So interesting turn of events. Has Mike done enough this turn to pull back the game? I don't think he has.
Drazar's second activation here. Let's see how much damage he can do.
Can Drazar activate twice every turn?
No wounds there.
Oh
no
my
wounds
God.
from Drazar.
He can. I thought it was once per game. Murderous Assault. It can be selected to fight 1 additional time in each fight phase. Holy shit
We've
balls.
got no camera on Drazar. On Trajan, but he is activating Moment Shackle. He's fighting again.
The Trajan's going to get into the Solitaire, right? Into the Solitaire?
Fully into the Solitaire. Yeah,
Looks like
everything in there.
Yeah, back into the Solitaire. Will he do enough damage? That's the question. Got some saves, 1 at a time. 1 at a time. 1 failed. Pass.
1 save.
Fail. CP reroll. Pass. It looks like he lives. He takes 1 through.
The Solitaire lives.
That's 3 damage. Is the Solitaire still alive? Looks like it. Looks like the Solitaire's definitely still alive. Wowzer. Okay. So
2 wounds remaining there on the Solitaire. Not enough damage done.
No, not exactly. Moment Shackle, probably the best time to use it, but with the Blitz, keeping him alive with that invuln, not good. It would have been nice to wait till next turn, but I don't think Trajan would even make it to next turn to be able to do it, you know?
Yeah. The Solitaire proving that he does have the staying power in combat. 2 rounds with combat, no slouch.
They're one of the heroes of the Imperium.
Exactly, yeah.
Or the bogeyman of the Imperium. What can I say? Very interesting twists and turns of this game.
That's it. So we look like we've got some morales going on here.
Yeah, a couple of morales probably for the Racks, etc. Probably not for the Custodes. Obviously, they're super high leadership.
Yeah.
But that is it. Dylan out of CP right now because they're obviously not gaining them very fast this game because of the Recover the Relics mission rule. So they don't gain CP unless they're on those objectives in the opponent's board half, is it? Either 1 or more objective in their opponent's territory, or if they control the 1 in their deployment zone. So
that's it. So you only get the kill points as well if it's in no man's land, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Can you imagine trying to kill a solitaire with 3++ and 3 luck rerolls? But now he doesn't get 3 luck rerolls because he is Harlequins. So he keeps his Drukhari traits, but doesn't keep his Harlequin traits. So he keeps the light, but he doesn't get his luck rerolls. Look at the laughing god. So I think he was just spending command points to reroll there.
That's it. And I don't think we got any secondaries there from Mike, unless the calculations are still going on.
No stranglehold.
The score did not change.
Grind them down is at the end of the battle round, so I don't think he killed 4 units, because obviously Mike lost 3 units last turn. I don't think he killed any units.
No.
So, oh, he did kill 1 unit of Rax. So that's breaking body and soul. That's a point there.
That's a point.
So, my apologies, Gurgely. I apologise for misreading your message, but yeah, imagine trying to kill a solitaire with a 3+ invuln with the luck rerolls, but this army he's struggling, but they don't even have them. So brutal. Obviously, the Harlequins, they get 3. Please, Profit, thank you very much for the $2. I'm back. Internet was down. Thank you very much for the chocolate starfish. A legendary person in chat. Thank you very much for the super chat. And we'll make sure you're entered into the giveaway as well. But yeah, so obviously Harlequins get up to 4 rerolls a turn should they want it if they're playing pure Harlequins, which we do have on the top table. 2 Harlequins versus knocking each other out. Battle of the Clown. Maybe they are clowns for bringing in such a stupid army. But this has been such an interesting game. Now we're in Dylan's turn 4. Obviously, such a dominant lead so far. 66-32 for the Harlequin Drukhari mishmash.
We can see some of the Drukhari movement here. We've got a Harlequin Skyweaver coming round to look at those sisters. Starweaver, not Sky.
Skyweaver's the bike. Starweaver.
These Eldar names. It's almost about as Death Guard.
Yeah,
everything's got Weaver in Harlequins. Everything's got Plague in Death Guard.
So there you go. That transport coming over this top corner, get his engaged on all fronts.
That's it.
That's 2 points there, just for chilling, just for being alive, and be able to shoot some sisters as well, which might force his Dreadnought having to hold the objective, which is going to be good for Dylan. Be able to hold him back.
We've also, towards the top of this screen, we can see the troop has fell out of combat with Trajan. We've also got the Solitaire getting out of touch with Trajan there as well. Let's have a look what else we can see. We've got another Starweaver.
Well done, Bill. There we go. It's a Starweaver there.
Moving in towards this palace tank here.
Now, that Starweaver could charge the palace, maybe get overwatched, but could charge the palace, secure that objective and stop Mike scoring it, because I don't think the palace will count as 2 models. I'll have to double check that, but I don't think that'll count as 2 models on the objective.
That's it.
So that'll contest the objective, so Mike won't score any points to take and hold for that objective there. And yeah, it should be interesting. And again, all engaged, very engaged on all of the fronts. So that's 3 points there for engage. So Dylan just showing just how strong the Harlequin speed, the Drukhari hit, killing power wrapped together to make such a brutal combination. Very brutal indeed.
Looking at what else has gone in, that Starweaver.
There we go.
Starweaver at the bottom of the screen. We've got a troop jumping out of there, heading straight towards Trajan Valoris as well. So that's in the middle of those 2 L's in the center of our screen.
Now.
Yeah, so they may be able to finish him off just there.
Yeah, I mean, if they're equipped with, if it's a unit of 5, they'll be equipped with embraces, kisses, and caresses. Will they kiss him, caress, or embrace? Which order? It doesn't matter. They're all 2 damage. That's what's important. So, and there we go. Another unit coming out to deal with those sisters.
That's another troop, yeah. So they're going to steal that objective from those sisters just there.
So fast with those flip belts, being able to move through terrain, no problemo. Super quick. Wow, what an interesting
How many attacks do those dreadnoughts have in combat? Are they going to be enough to chop down that full troop when they counter charge?
They'll get a great deal. I mean, maybe the spear has a sweet version. I'm sure we can find out. Let's have a look at our very trusty app that is not by Games Workshop. Achilles.
Let's have a look here.
That's a Land Raider Achilles. That's a Chaos Land Raider Achilles.
Land Raider Achilles. What's one of them?
I know, right? Oh, it's a Chillus.
I haven't seen anyone run one of those since Neil run one of those.
I'm spelling it wrong. It's a Chillus. There we go. A Chillus Dreadnought. The Chillus Dreadnought doesn't have a sweep attack. So that's just 5 attacks.
Yeah.
Strength 14, -3, D3 +3. It literally doesn't matter against these guys. He's going to be killing them on 2s anyway.
Yeah.
But not being able to do sweep attacks would be nice. It'd be nice if he had 10 attacks with this, but he doesn't.
Yeah. So Dylan's psychic phase coming in now. Psychic Interrogation going off, scoring him some secondaries, up to 9 points now.
There we go. Psychic Interrogation pretty much maxed out there. That's a really good score for there. Obviously, another 6 points available to score. Be able to get another 3 in the next turn if he stays alive with his Shadow Seer.
If he chooses to keep Trajan alive. Obviously, that troop is staring him down. Does he want to get rid of Trajan, or does he want to score 3 points next turn? What's he going to do?
That's very good point, Billy. Very good point. Obviously, if Trajan goes down, that's no more points for Psychic Interrogation, but 9 points so far. Pretty strong. It's always good to try and aim for like 8 points on the secondaries. If you get 8 points, you're in a good position. If you get 15 or even 12 or 15, you're laughing. Laughing like the laughing god.
Lovely score there from Dylan at the moment. Absolute meme number.
Drukhari and Harlequins go better together than cheese and crackers after Christmas dinner. I agree. This is really showing just how brutal that new book is. Being able to plug it into any Eldar army, no problem. Just take all the best shit.
It is a true Swiss Army knife of a accessory to any Eldar unit.
Exactly.
If you need shooting, you put in those Void Reavers. If you need psychic support, you've got obviously the Shadow Seer. You've got general durability from the buffs that the Shadow Seer can hand out.
Yep.
And then you've obviously got the close combat killiness from solitaires, troops, etc.
Yeah, exactly, Bill. You're right.
It's a real utility side of that Eldar
Traveling
book.
players, traveling players being able to just plug it in. Just take the best bit, what you're missing, and stick it together. That's what Ally it has always been. It's always been take the bit that you're not very good at and plug in the bit you are good at. And no other armies really can do it very well. But it seems like Harlequins and Drukhari can do it extra well because they keep their faction trait. Maybe controversially. I don't think they should.
They do seem very strong when they do keep it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's. I don't want to start talking about nerfs already. They've only just come out, but maybe that's what they need.
No, Billy, we must talk about the nerfs before they come out. Nice score, bro. Exactly 69 points for Dylan. In my book, he's already won. So it's going to be interesting just what Dylan will leave alive for the Custodes this turn. Again, Mike in a really bad position, faltering after losing those 7 bikes in turn 2. But if you are just tuning in, thank you very much. We are live at last of the Summer WineHAMMER 2. This is round 4 of a 5-round event. We have one more game after this. We have a Harlequins mirror match on table 1. We have this match on table 2. And we have Custodes versus Orc on table 3. So it's going to be very interesting to find out what's going to be on the last table in the last round. We've seen a real twist and turns. We saw the Harlequins and Drukhari just kind of chilling on the objective. We saw Mike try and counter-punch to get that stranglehold, to trying to bring out, come and smash down, take one of those objectives. And we saw his counter-punch just disintegrate to those prismatic cannons of the Void Weavers. And Drazar coming in, fighting twice with his Hatred Eternal, just coming in and just destroying everything that tried to get in his way.
The durability of the Custodes here have really been tested, and it looks like it's just not enough to stand up to this Drukhari Harlequins combo.
What a fantastic army composition by Dylan. Really, really cool list. The racks being there to hold the ground, the troops to being able to throw out their Void Weavers, and the characters to do the real damage.
Yeah, so it looks like we got some shots coming in here. I believe it's from the Void Reavers.
Makes sense.
Sorry, the Star Weavers into the Sisters up at the top of the screen. Let's see if we've got the camera angle still. Yep, so it's this Void Weaver here shooting into the Sisters. Wants to remove those. Maybe the Harlequins looking at charging a Dreadnought if they can get them out of the way? Or is it just simply to remove the objective secured from that objective?
I think probably the plan here is to just try and get rid of the Sisters. The Custodes will have to counterpunch. Dylan won't lose a lot, maybe might lose to grind them down by doing this, but he's so far ahead anyway, and what that'll do is it'll force one of the Custodes Dreadnought to have to hold that objective, which means they can't just run out and start dealing with his army in the centre of the board. He can just kind of he's going to have to use them to hold the objectives, which is going to just slow Mike down so much.
That's it, yeah. Straight into the charge phase now. We're not messing about with any more shots.
No, there we go. Troops going into the Sisters. Let's delete them.
Troops into Sisters. We've got everything in the top of that screen as well going into those last 2 bikes remaining up there.
Damn, son.
Let's have a look at the position in general. What else? Have we got any more charges going on?
I mean, that's probably about it, you know? Just like try and get rid of these.
So Solitaire looking at some Guardian Spears hidden behind some of these walls here.
Well, Solitaire here. Guardian Spears holding this home objective.
That's
dear, oh dear. I think the writing is on the wall for the Custodes.
Failed the charge though.
Oh,
big disaster there. So that objective is still being held by those Guardian Spears.
I was about to say the writing on the wall, if not the Custodes, blood's going to be on the wall. But at this rate, they're going to be fine.
That's it. We got Trajan Trajan going into the solitaire now, heroically intervening.
Excellent. That makes sense.
Looks like it could be the end of this solitaire.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
As he pushed his luck too far.
So it looks like maybe
the luck of the laughing god.
The luck of the laughing god. We've got these bikes here, which are probably going to go down to all of those characters. We've got 3 sisters here. Sisters of Silence going down. We've got close-up. What are we looking at, Bill? Tell me about what's happening.
So we got Trajan up there in the middle of our screen into the solitaire. So that's just the positioning there. You can see also at the bottom the spear guard that the solitaire failed his charge against.
Makes sense.
They look like a fairly big charge that he was trying to make through there. Does the solitaire get any buffs to his charges? We don't know, do we? We don't have the stat line for the solitaire.
I don't think so.
And now we've got Succubus going into the bikes. As I say, everything near those bikes up there is going straight into them. Again, it's these bikes at the top here.
A little love heart for those bikes. Let's get some Hellstorm 7s.
We'll need some love for them because they're probably going to disappear momentarily.
Let's get some Hellstorm 7s. All members in chat, show them salutes, them supports for their poor Custodes bikes.
That's it.
Absolutely
Saves coming in now
down.
for them. It looks like he's failed 3 saves off the bat.
How many bikes are we about to lose? We're about to find out.
It's at least one. Both of them gone.
Both of them gone. Ripper.
Was that Jazar's attacks?
Ripper. I believe that was the
just
succubus.
The succubus there.
With the
just the
wounds.
succubus, yeah.
Emperor's Chosen save just didn't quite save.
Of course, yeah, that was the 2 rolls going off there.
Let's get some Hellstorm 7s for those bikes in chat. That's really bad. That's bad for Mike. He's obviously got the sisters that are about to go down. The sisters just been pulled. He's not even bothered attacking with the sisters. He's not even letting them attack.
So it looks like we've got the troop here just removing those sisters. He just pulled them straight off.
They didn't even roll. They didn't even roll. He's just like, you know what? These sisters are dead. They're just objective grabbers. They're already done.
That's it, yeah. So the troops scored that objective now. Obviously, their objective was secured. The Achilles are not.
Yeah, and now we've got Trajan into the solitaire, I believe.
Yeah, so this is Trajan's attacks here, yeah. Let's see what he can do wound-wise.
Looks like we've got some saves coming in. He's not got
saves
the
going straight in.
No 3-up in one now. It looks like he's failed a few. I think he's probably dead.
That's the solitaire gone, yes.
Solitaire gone.
So
solitaire
Trajan
down.
has
That's an assassinate for Mike.
Secondary
That's an
points coming in.
assassinate for Mike with that heroic intervention, paying off for those 3 points, getting some extra points for grind them down as well. So it's going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting. I'm not sure.
Very interesting point though. We're just saying, Dylan not disappointed by that loss because obviously Trajan needs to be alive for psychic interrogation.
This is very true. Imagine if he failed and he killed him by accident. That'd be very sad indeed.
Oops.
Again, just keeping him right where he needs to be. Very exciting indeed. Very, very exciting. What a turn from Dylan. A great retaliation. 75-35 at the end of round 4. I think we're just trying to finally tighten up the points. We might get a couple
final
more.
Points coming in here, so we're going to be looking at engage
another
points.
Engage. We've got psychic interrogation of 9. We might even have some kill points added on if the players have not done that already. I'm not 100% sure.
That's
we'll
it.
Find
so
out.
It's the break them body and soul can add some additional kill points up to
Elliot
3
looking over
for
being
the
like,
mission
what?
tertiary.
Elliot looking over like, what actually happened? Why are the Custodes losing? This is not what I signed up for. But let me tell you, Harlequins and Drukhari are the new cheese.
That's it.
It's the new boys in town, and it's time for Mike to try and retaliate in round 4.
That's it. Turn 4 for Mike. Let's see what he can do. What's he got left? He's got 2 Achilles Dreadnoughts up at the top of our screen.
He does.
Let's Trajan near the centre.
He's got 2 killers. He's got Trajan chilling just under here. Oh, there he is. He's about to move. Trajan there. See? Told you.
Excellent prediction there, Mikey.
We've got 3 guard in here.
Yep.
And we've got 3 bodyguards down
the bottom. Yeah.
3 warden bodyguards.
So not a lot for Mike to play with. No. Damage is mainly going to come from those Achilles this turn.
They don't have a lot of targets. They've got a Star Weaver. That's it.
That's it. They could have some shooting that could go into a couple of troops if they've got line of sight to them, but it looks like most of them are behind the L shapes at the moment.
This is going to be interesting. I think we're measuring the distance so we know how far that charge is for the wardens later.
Potentially, yeah. We've also got an issue here that the wardens can't get near an objective this turn, so they're not going to be able to take any of the objectives.
It looks like they are. They are out of charge range.
No, yeah, that's it. Completely outside of 12 inches of that
so
troop
no charging.
Up there.
Warden's wasted by killing those racks earlier. Maybe charging the racks wasn't worth it. Maybe it was just worth shooting them,
maybe just leaving them
on
there,
2, like 2 of them. Yeah. Maybe they'll charge and then just die anyway. So, and obviously that palace The palace is just gone as well. So, no palace here, no objective holding there. This is, I think, again, as I was saying, the writing is on the wall for the Custodians.
Potentially, yeah.
See,
Those
Custodians
Eldar
can't be that
runes are
bad.
upon the wall.
The Custodians can't be that bad because the new bullshit is in town and they're losing to them. So maybe Custodians don't need nerfing, right?
Right, maybe.
Ask all the Chaos players, ask all the Imperial Guard players, see what they think. Maybe both need nerfing at the same time.
That's it. What I think they should do is they should put temporary buffs on codexes. So the codex comes out, it's overpowered. You buff it, but only temporarily till the next codex comes out, and then those buffs are those nerfs, are removed from that previous codex.
Ooh, smart. Very clever, very clever. This game has been more back and forth than most Tug of War games. It certainly has. The retaliation from both players on all of their moves has just been so brutal on both turns. It's been really exciting, really exciting.
So we're looking at here just some small arms fire from Trajan and the like. Trajan probably shooting that troop directly in front of him in the center.
Yeah. Glenn said this game was over on turn 3. I can't disagree. I don't disagree. I think the game was pretty much decided last turn. At this point, we're at damage control. How many points can Mike score before he's inevitably left on one objective or even tabled?
That's it, yeah.
Potentially.
Again, some small arms fire. This is the Wardens shooting up at a troop as well.
Makes sense. Just
so that's the troop on the right-hand side on Mike's home field objective.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I think at this point, we're just trying to see just how many points we can score, just how much we can kill. But I think next turn, turn 5, we'll see the Drukhari come over, kill as much as they can. They'll probably leave a bit alive because Custodians aren't exactly easy to kill. We'll probably lose a Dreadnought. We'll probably lose some Wardens or something. But yeah, I think this game is kind of done. We're just trying to see just how many points Dylan and Mike can score at the end.
Yep, so we got a view of how many troops are remaining after the Wardens shot up at them. Just the 2 left there.
Can I just take a moment to point out that we've had more updates to the Warpsmith base than we have in Chaos Rules in the last few years?
Ripperoonie right there.
Ripperoonie.
Just shot a bolt straight
base.
through my heart.
Speaking of Warpsmith base, we've got an Eldritch Omens box set to give away with a silly Warpsmith base in there. You're going to get a Warpsmith, some Chaos Chosen, a Forge Fiend or Mauler Fiend, some Rangers, an Autark, and some silly jet bikes.
Listen, if you want the true overpowered cheese, what you've got to do is get yourself this box and throw the Eldar away. Throw them away. You play Chaos Space Marines, you paint them Night Lords, and you just...
Billy's high.
You waste all your money and buy some Night Lords.
By becoming a member today, or you can super chat, !win in chat, and let's get back into the game.
Let's get back to it. Let's look at this table.
In round 4. And still no 2 wounds, exactly. Everyone in that box has 1 wound. So, what do you think? What do you think? Where are we looking at? Where are we looking at? We're looking at those 2 dreadnoughts. They're going to kill some troops.
Yep, so they've charged a unit of racks there behind that wall. So 2 dreadnoughts into the racks there. And it looks like... And this is the opposite view of them. Straight into the combat phase here, so it's just these Achilles that are getting to attack. Nothing else is in combat range, unless Trajan made it in. Did Trajan make it in, guys?
I don't think he did.
Yeah, Trajan's in there, so we'll look at his combat shortly.
Oh, he did, yeah. You can just see him just there, just behind him. My apologies.
Yep, so that's Trajan up there behind that building, just moving.
The Trajan chilling.
Trajan's way up there now. He's charged that other unit of racks, so he's got his legs on.
He's really trying to go and get that stranglehold, kill that unit, pile in, consolidate, grab that objective, finally get stranglehold in turn 4. Oh, maybe not the greatest secondary this game, but also the other secondary's also been quite hard.
It is, yeah.
Dylan's really played around with those characters, kept them back, only charged them in when he really needed to, fighting twice, fighting a 3rd time, doing all the things, and their characters just haven't been able to be touched. And Solitaire failing to be killed. Well, Solitaire's the only one to be killed, sorry. Failing to be killed for multiple turns in a row, so...
It looks like those Achilles have cleared off those racks. Not a hefty task for them.
But now they come out to play, so the Void Reavers could just go, well, I'm going to kill them for a 3 point on Break Them Body and Soul, the tertiary of this mission.
That's it. Don't mess with that Void Reaver shooting. They are lethal at range.
Because at this point, Mike is just not getting enough points to catch up, so maybe Dylan's feeding him a few points to be able to secure his own few points as well.
That's it.
But it's all about the amount of points in this. It's no point differential. It doesn't matter how many points your opponent scores. You just need to score points. You need to get more.
That's it. So Just totting up the points for Mike's round now. What happened with Trajan? Did Trajan not get into combat? Right, yeah, so he just killed off a few racks there, so that's why he's up there.
Okay.
Just a few points coming in now. So obviously we have the Break Them Body and Soul points for killing a couple in No Man's Land. That gave us an extra point, I believe.
Yep. What secondaries would you have taken for the Custodes? I don't think Stranglehold was a good one. On reflection, thinking about it, he's just piling onto the objective there. I think on reflection, maybe banners would have been a better one, especially knowing that Dylan didn't really want to engage on Mike's board half. He could have set up 3 banners turn 1, scoring points every turn. Probably be on like 8 points at least at this point.
Yeah.
Not give him a win, but it's more than that Stranglehold. And it would have forced Mike to not have to go and dedicate all those bikes onto the objective. But maybe banners in this one would have been more ideal, because you just turn 1, take the Qatar where you can shoot and do actions at the same time. Pop out, shoot, pop up banners and chill. I think that might have been a better shout this game.
They then could have basically done the same that they played off initially, but Mike wouldn't have been forced to commit turn 2. They could have both hang back, play that super cagey game of who's going to make the first mistake, basically.
Yeah.
This game, Mike was forced into the position where he needs to jump on that top objective.
He needed to move over here and grab this objective, where actually, if he didn't have Stranglehold, he could have brought all of his bikes in one place. He could have like swung over here, hidden here, then jumped over, hit all the Void Reavers all at the same time. Get rid of them, because they've been his threat. And then Drazar comes in, kicks him, kills him. Fair enough, loses unit of bikes, and then they die afterwards. So,
super chat here from Lord Gitface.
Lord
Thank you very much.
What a legend! Thank you very much for the £6. Bayek, Cleggy, and Foggy are looking young but not short about compo. Great coverage.
Great coverage.
Interesting. Thank you very much for the £6. Really appreciate it. Let me get you in that giveaway. Exclamation point win to win a brand new Eldritch Omens box set.
So just while Mikey does that, we're looking at this troop movement in the middle. The troop squad that was in the center of the board now wheeling up towards Trajan. They want his head.
It sure does. Bring it down. Banners would have been a good choice. Yeah, bring it down would have been nice, because you've got to kill all the boats. I don't think you could max out bring it down, but 6 or 7 points on there at least.
Some points would be worth it. You've got to kill them, because that's what's going to kill you.
If you look at Mike's secondaries now, he's got 0 on Stranglehold. Grind them down. If he'd taken kill boats instead, he'd be on 4 points at least. So that's an extra point there. And yeah, maybe taking banners instead would have been more ideal. But, we're sat here, we're chilling. We've got our heads clear. Maybe Mike, in the heat of battle, thought, I'm going to strangle. I'm going to dominate this guy. But maybe just in a Stranglehold mission with 6 objectives. A mission with 6 objectives, Stranglehold's really hard for Custodes. They just don't have enough units that they want to leave back onto objectives.
That's it. It could be overconfidence in the stat line of the Custodes. Obviously, they're made to be durable. They're made to be
But Harlequins are a really good
armies.
counter. So Harlequins are a really good counter.
That's it. So maybe it's unfamiliarity with the Harlequins. I doubt it, because Mike is a very experienced player. Maybe it's the stress of obviously being in round 4 of a 2-day event.
Maybe just a miscalculation, mate. Maybe just a miscalculation.
You make mistakes when you're in these positions.
Stranglehold is really tough in a 6 objective mission anyway. So that's really interesting. Thanks for the 111 piece of profit for the $2 he does. Really appreciate it. It Eldar, it Chaos. Love me Imperium.
Eldar,
simple as.
Chaos.
Simple as.
Imperium.
Thank you very much, bud. Really appreciate it.
So Void Reavers there shooting and removing one Achilles. Exactly 9 wounds needed, and that's how many was dealt. Void Reavers really coming in clutch at removing key targets. That pinpoint firepower just removing tanks and dreadnoughts alike there.
Wow.
Great unit.
JCM in chat, how's it going? Absolute legend. Managers Meta Monday on Warhammer Competitive Reddit. He says, as of this morning, before any round 4s, there are 10 Custodes at 3-0, 6 Tau, 8 Harlequins, 5 Craftworld, and 11 everything else. Just showing those 3 and 4 factions, Eldar and Harlequins being 2 of them, Custodes and Tau being the other 2. Just showing just how many 3-0s they could go on that first day. Just showing just how dominant they are as a faction. Overall, the 3 problem factions, the 3 problem books. The Craftworld book with the Harlequins in there, the Tau, and the Custodes. So
that's it. So looking at here, we have Trajan in a very scary position now. We've got Drazar, we've got Rax, we've got a troop unit, and we've probably got the Succubus and Archon trying to get in there as well. Everything is swarming Trajan. He is fighting them off like the Giga Chad that he is. Similar to... I was trying to think of a movie reference. It wasn't going to happen. I've got the movie scene in my head. I just can't remember what movie it's from.
Is it good?
It's a very good movie, yeah, surprisingly enough. I can't remember anything about the movie.
Is it Rocky 5?
But I know it's a very good movie.
Is it Rocky 5?
I think it's Creed 2, you know.
Creed 2? The one with Apollo's son?
Vengeance!
Vengeance!
So that's Trajan gone. Just the mortal wounds dealt from the charge there that took him out.
Time for the embrace. That's all you do. We like to embrace, we like to kiss, and we like to caress. But the embrace, doing the damage on the way in, getting that fourth psychic interrogation before he went.
That's it.
This is like Dylan's last turn anyway, so it's time to get psychic interrogation, max that secondary, and take out the problem unit. Take out the problem child. It's Charge of Valoris. Oh, look, all the recent books. Yep, all the recent books are the bastards of the game. So we are going to dance around about it. Custodes, Harlequins, Craftworld, and Tau are problems. However, again, as we mentioned at this event, 5 Tau players, all
sorry, just going into Mike's turn here.
Oh, my apologies. There we go.
So let's see. 91 points scored so far by Dylan. Coming into the end game now.
I think Mike's probably just trying to work out exactly what he can score in that last turn.
Yes.
He's going to get a couple for take and hold, because he's obviously holding 2 objectives still. He's going to be able to get maybe a grind them down, because I don't think Dylan killed that much that turn. I think he killed like 2 units maybe. Obviously losing... Well, I think he's lost one of his dreadnoughts as well, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so we've got 1 dreadnought left. We've got the Spear Guard, and we've got the Wardens left.
Yeah.
That is everything left for the Custodes there.
Yowza. James Thompson, out of curiosity, what did the Tau all lose to in round 1? Well, I know 1 Tau lost to Mike, who's on the table right now. There he is with his beautiful orange shirt. So Mike took out one of the Tau players round 1. 2 of the Tau players, one of them, I can't remember, I think one of them lost to Orcs and another one lost to Custodes as well. I can't remember what the 4th one lost to, but they all lost that first round. Again, tanking their win rate before the balance update so they can't get nerfed. That's what the plan is. That's the plan. Well, obviously, the BCP event is in the description, or you can type !point lists in chat. You can go have a look about who's playing what and how the pairings are going so far, because they are all public. You can go have a quick nosy now. So... What's the plan? What's the plan? What do you think Mike can do? You think he can get... I don't think he can get a grind them down. A stranglehold this turn. I don't think he can get assassinate either.
No. There's no characters near.
He's took out a Succubus already, I think, and the Solitaire. A Drazar, miles away. Shadowseer, miles away.
That's it, yeah.
No stranglehold, no assassinate. Potential grind them down. Do we know how many units he needs to kill for grind them down? I just don't think he can do it. But obviously, taking hold.
He's got no units mid-board either, so he's not going to get the tertiary for the mission. Looking like he's just going to tackle that Skyweaver. Starweaver.
You're right the first
time,
time,
at the top
Billy.
of the board.
Yeah, so kill the Starweaver.
3 units needed for the grind them down points. I don't think it's going to be enough.
No.
Mike does not have enough of a presence on the table to destroy more than 3 at the minute. He's going to pick up that Skyweaver more than likely.
Starweaver!
Starweaver. He's going to pick up the Starweaver.
He's made the charge.
That's only 1 unit needed.
Now,
so the Dread is charged in.
He's just going to hope he kills it and then is able to consolidate back onto the objective. If he doesn't, he's lost that objective by doing that. But he's sending the the Wardens, sorry, to deal with that other Starweaver. Come on, Bill, you can get there. What is it?
Starweaver.
Chocolate Starweaver.
Starweaver.
Not a chocolate Skyweaver, it's a chocolate Starweaver, you know what I'm saying? So what a game this has been. What a game this has been. It's so exciting. So many twists and turns. Again, Dylan just schooling Mike on that. You know, you're going to bring all your bikes out? Well, they're all dead now. What are you going to do now?
That's it. So looking at the secondaries here, we've got the Dreadnought is obviously going to pick up that Starweaver up top of the board. We've got a troop, the Warden's going after the Starweaver at the bottom, and then the Spear Guardians are going to have to deal with a troop now to get those 3 points. That's the only way he can score that secondary, grind them down this turn. Just some information coming in from some of the other tables. We've got a game between Mike, Rabbo, and the other Mike here. That seems to be going very well in favour of Rabbo there.
Okay.
Also, we have
it's Mike Porter and Robbo.
Mike Porter, that's the one. Mike Porter. So that's information coming in there.
That's the Harlequin mirror match, right?
That is the
Basically
Harlequin mirror match, yeah.
Side, so.
We've also got information going that the Death Guard player featured on yesterday's stream.
Okay.
The Dreadcore Drop Pod is still alive so far in that game. Good old Chaos Dreadcore Drop Pod surviving into the late game there. That's excellent news for the Chaos players.
Piece of profit with the MMMMM Chocolate Starweaver. We love that.
Chocolate Starweaver.
Chocolate bar.
So yeah, what a twist and turn game this has been. Maybe Custodes don't need nerfing, chat. Maybe it's all about Harlequins needing the nerf. Maybe. But it's been a really, really fun game. Again, we're just trying to see if we get those, grind them down. Get those, break them body and soul as well to kill units kill points in this game.
We've got a little bit of a mistake here from Mike. You can tell the pressure's building up on him. So he's spent some command points to use a stratagem for +1 to wound against stuff that is higher toughness than you are. However, the Starweaver's the same toughness as he is.
Oh, really? The Starweaver's the toughest 5?
A little bit of it's toughness 6, sorry.
Toughness 6? Oh, for the Dreadnought.
No, it's... Oh, toughness 5, sorry, that was bad information.
Yeah, you were right. Because no one's toughness 6. Yeah. The transports are T5. The boats are T5.
So, yeah.
Says T5 as well.
Unfortunately, no dice rolled there, so it didn't really make a difference.
Nope.
But
there's the Starweaver gone. That's out of there. That's a point for break the body and soul. Again, don't think we're going to get grinded down, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. F in the chat for Duffman. Yeah, let's get some Hellstorm 7s for Duffman. What a legend. Bottom twice in a row. Smashing the Crusher Stampede yesterday, and today just faltering towards the new hotness, the Void Weavers with Drukhari pals.
That's it. I mean, the new boogeyman on the block, Harlequins and Drukhari.
Harlequins.
It's going to be tough for any army to face, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. They consolidate back onto the objective for the final turn. Knights of the Scourge primary in the last turn for holding at least 2 for 8 points, which will bring his primary up to at least 30, potentially more with some kills. It's definitely not going to get hold more this turn because obviously the Harlequins have 3 of the objectives still. They got that pile in there. They got the Custody Guard finally coming out, killing the Starweaver, and then running back to the objective.
That's it, yeah. Speaking of Starweavers, not those
the
ones.
Right one. It's all right. Go back to the top down. It's cool.
Yep. So the Starweaver deleted at the top now. That is 3 points for grind them down.
Oh, he's managed to get
2 points for grind them down.
It's 3.
It is 3. I was right.
You're right.
It just took a second to upgrade.
It gets taken hold as well. Yep. There's the handshake. The final score looking like we've got a 91-55 to the Eldar.
A big score there from the Eldari.
What a game. We've got Discord showing from Tom. Thanks, Tom. That taken hold finally Eisen at 33. 6 for Assassinate, 6 for Grinding Down versus Dylan's 45 maxed out primary, engage at 12, a maxed out Necromunda, and also a very close maxed out second interrogation.
Yeah, that's it.
Not being able to cast it turn 1, he maxed out in those last 4 turns. So we want to say a massive thank you to you guys for watching. What a fantastic game from both those players. They played really
legends.
well. They played well. That was really fun. The twists and turns were. What's your favourite part?
It's got to be that turn 2, that decisive turn 2.
You were rooting for the Custodians, don't forget, from the beginning.
I was, yeah. To be fair.
How does it feel to lose?
I'm used to it. I play Chaos Space Marines.
My favourite part was, as you were about to say, was when the Custodes bike came in. They did the damage. They killed the Void Weavers. We were like, whoa, holy shit, Mike's on it. And Dylan just went. No, he did that thing where it's like the please, where he grabs the fist, like on TikTok. Please. And the 7 bikes just fell to the floor. Down they go. Crash and burn. They go. But what a fantastic game. And what fantastic people at home for tuning in and watching this live game.
Yep. Thank you very much for all your comments and super chats. Amazing. Exactly.
Thank you for all your support. We do this for free. We put it out for free. So everyone who's super chatted or becoming a member really helps us out. And to say thank you, we're giving away this Eldritch Omens box set. The ability to show off now. Again, for everyone who's entered, good luck. We'll be back with another game after this. Because that is it. We've got probably going to have Harlequins versus something. Harlequins are definitely going to be on the board. And I don't know if the Custodes made it into the final round. I think that we don't know about the other game.
Yeah, we'll be back with more information as that round 5 starts. Sorry, that round 5 starts, obviously.
Exactly. So make sure if you haven't already, please subscribe so you get a notification when the next event does go up. We're going to go have some lunch, and then we're going to be back with the final round of Last of the Summer Winehammer 2. Excited?
I'm very excited. So, again, thank you to you guys. Thank you to the players that we've had on stream and the rest of our casting team as well. So
finally, Dats and Des says, I like the bit when Billy nearly got all the Eldar unit names correct. I like that bit too. Thanks, Billy. You were amazing. This has been Billy. I've been Mikey. That's been Elliot.
He's here.
There he is. Everyone. You guys have been amazing, and hopefully we catch you in round 5. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now. Where's my mouse? Mouse. Please, for the love of God. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you in round 5. Love you all. Bye.